Right. Okay, good, great. So we need to start early, and like we have like 2 hours only. So we need to start early, and I need to teach all everything what is necessary for the exams. And also, there are few rules are there. If you start, I will tell you. So first of all, you need to switch on your cameras, and you need to put your correct names, right? That's something must. Okay. So can you quickly please switch on your cameras and put your correct names? Guys, quickly, can you please switch on your cameras and please, can you please put your correct names? Right, so shall we start then? So I'd really appreciate if you can please switch on your cameras. So can you all see me and can you all hear me clearly? So that's very important. Is there any connection issue? Can you all see me? Can you drop me through the Zoom chat? Can you drop me a message through the Zoom chat that you can hear me and maybe you can see me clearly? Yeah, so hope you all can hear me. Hope you all can see me. Right, great. So I will start the lecture. So guys, so I'm Dr. Ruankatilira. I'm going to teach all about, so basically about the how to pass the Erpm exams. So now, of course, the thing is that like, I think in this class, there are three main category students are there. So the thing is, first category is the students who are going to sit for the theory exams in this right, October, right? So you have very limited time. Then the other hand, there are some Viva students also. Their exams will be on September, right? Right. So that's there. Then there are some juniors, and there are other students are there who are going to plan to sit for the exams on January, right? Theory exams on January. So here, anyway, so you have very limited time. But the thing is, don't get scared. Don't be afraid. Like, thing is, have trust, have faith. So after finishing, after this lecture, you will realize, right, the reality, and you will understand the exam, whether the exams are easy or not. So it's I'm not the only person who is going to talk today, and some other students also might talk. But the thing is, most of the previous students, last time students, they have started their internship and they are busy at the moment even, right? They are doing the internship. So if there's any possible, some students said like they will join definitely, and they will share their personal experiences and how they got through the exams. And those students also have a lot of students had a very limited time. So how did they utilize the time, and they will share their experiences as well. So guys, so today I will teach all about Saranath, I want to share the screen. Can you please give me that? So you can you change the settings? Right, great. So here, guys. So first of all, before I start, I will so you should have a rough idea about the thing is first. So today I'm going to talk about how to pass the Erpm exams, right? Easily. So right. So I'm Dr. Ruanka de Oliveira, right? I'm Dr. Ruanka de Oliveira, and here the thing is. Give me a second. Right. Sarnath, can you change the settings where I can see my face also, in addition to the screen which I'm sharing? Can you change the settings where I can see my face also? Because I'm not sure whether I'm focusing the camera properly or not.
Sir, you have to change it from your end, sir.
So how can I change it then?
So you have to pin yourself.
From where? Exactly. Pin myself. Okay, great. Right, great. Right, hope you all can see me, right? So today I'm going to talk about, so can you, I can't see again, Sarnath. But I'm sharing the screen. I can't see. I have pinned myself. Right, great. Now I can see. Right, great. So, okay, guys. So hope you all can see me and hear me very well. So how to pass Erpm exams easily. So guys, so the important thing is you should have a rough, I think most of you are well aware about me, and your seniors must have told about me. So I'm Dr. Ruanka de Oliveira. Actually, I started doing Erpm classes when I was a pre-intern, because one of the main reason was, the thing is, I had the highest marks ever in history in both. So the MCQs, SBAs, then the long cases, short cases, and all the components even separately. So you can check, you can go to the Kalam faculty or the other faculties, and their documents are available from 1996. So I had the highest marks in history. That's why I started when I was a pre-intern. Then after that, I did so many exams. So the thing is, I did DCH, I had the gold medal, and the diploma in child psychology, MPhil, right? So many things, MD1, and I had very good marks. And I was always in around the Colombo and Gampa. I have never gone to a remote area. So one of the reason is I had, in all the exams, I had very high marks, and also and I was attached to all the teaching and the main hospitals. So again, basically the exams where your Erpm exams conduct. So I was there at LRH, then Ledridge Hospital, then the Jayawardhanapura, then Ragama, right? Again, Ragama several times. Again, now recently I moved to Gampa Hospital, right? From July, since July. So again, so all the time I was around Colombo and in the main hospital. So I'm well aware about what is happening in your exams, and I was attached to professorial units mainly when I was there at Ragama and LRS. So the thing is, I'm well aware and what is happening. But the most important thing is, so there are more qualified people are there in Sri Lanka, right? That is not the most important thing. The most important thing is there are two important things are there. The one first important thing is I can make everything super easy compared to all the other lecturers and teachers. That's the main reason. That's why students, they join. I'm the youngest teacher. I am the youngest lecturer in Erpm field, but still they join because one of the main reason is because students can understand the things which I'm teaching them, right? So that I'm making everything super easy. So once you learn, the thing is learn things in a rational way. So you will be able to understand everything and you will be able to score, right? You will be able to get very good marks in your exams. The other hand, the other reason is the most of the students, like they are getting very high marks, and so most of these top rankers are like my students, including last time the even rank 1. So she also might join, but she again texted me like she got an emergency at the ETU, but again she will join as soon as she can. But right, again, because a lot of students, like they get very high marks, so if you learn things in a very rational way, you can get the top rank. The most important thing is, guys, what, so more than everything, because none of my students get failed in the exams. That's the main important thing, right? Because like there's a huge range. So the thing is, Jessica, who got rank 1 last time, so the thing is, she can get through the exams, right? Definitely, because she has the brain as well. But the most important thing is, even the most weak students also get through the exams. So last time, so those who came joined for my classes, how many students got failed in the exam? Those who joined for my theory, 0, right? So you must have seen the exam results. More than 50 students have got failed in theory exams part A, but last time none of my students got failed, right? So the previous time, again the same. So there's something called, which I'm doing, the Paediatrics program, so to make sure none of my students get failed in the exams. So the last time, so those who joined only for my Paediatrics course, there was only 1 student got failed. And the previous time also, there were 200, there was a huge batch, and 239 students got like joined, but only 4 students got failed. Again, when I check, because I get all the evaluations, they have covered, and I talked to them personally, they have covered less than 4 classes out of 10 in the SBA course program. So basically the important thing is, guys, if you follow the course, if you follow the instructions, you will get through the exams. You don't need to get scared, right? There's a huge range. Exam classes වල වැදගත්ම දේ දුර්වලම ළමයා පාස් වෙනවා නම් bright ළමයා කොහොමවත් පාස් වෙන්න ඒක පුළුවන්, right? ඒගොල්ලන්ට පොඩි මේකක් දෙන්න ඕනේ. දුර්වලම ළමයා පාස් වෙන, so that's the biggest thing. So that's why I'm telling also that my gold medals or whatever the ranks and everything, those things are not matter much. The most important thing is whether you can understand and whether the students get through the exams, right? So thing is, today in this lecture, I'm going to tell you all about a little bit about the introduction about the Erpm exams and the Erpm pediatric structure, because there are a little bit junior students also there. And also, I know most of the students are like, they are going to sit for these October theory exam, or maybe some are planning to sit for January exams. But there are few juniors. I will take a little bit time to tell you about the Erpm exams and the pediatric structure, then about the success stories and how to pass part A, B, and C, and how to score high marks in both part A and B, and how to study for the upcoming part A and B, because thing is, one of the main problem is you tend to forget things, right? And it's very difficult to study so many subjects and so many things, right? So there are tricks are there to how to study and to maintain, like how to maintain things, right? How to study, how to make sure like everything has been there in your mind and everything has been stick to your mind. So there are tricks are there to teach all. and a little bit a few SBA quick tricks and a few questions discussion. Then you will have a very clear idea how to tackle, how to deal with the exams and how the questions come. So first of all, what is Erpm? So it's an examination to practice medicine in Sri Lanka for foreign qualified medical graduates to the health system in Sri Lanka. So what is it? So keep this in your mind, guys. What is the purpose of conducting Erpm exam? So whoever comes to Sri Lanka from whatever the country, so they should be able to practice in Sri Lanka. So the thing is, so you guys are Sri Lankans, but even the foreigner should be able to come here and practice, right? So the thing is, guys, here it's the main important message. It shouldn't be difficult, and actually it is very easy. This is an exam which is extremely easy, right? Okay, so keep this in your mind. So we want to have good house officers to the healthcare system in Sri Lanka. So we want good house officers. Keep this in your mind. We don't want consultants after these exams. This is like an interview for house officers. So we want good house officers who can manage well in the ward setup as a base. So this is not for an exam for a consultants or registrars. This is not a postgraduate exam. And also keep this in your mind. We want some good house officers. This is not an exam for nurses or attendants. So you should have some adequate knowledge, but it should be that like difficult, right? It's not that difficult. So you should have a basic. So if you have common, like if you're well aware about common things, that would be more than enough. So here, give me a second. And right, so here, what do they assess in your exams? So basically they are assessing the core knowledge about the clinical facts related to common conditions which you will see in Sri Lankan hospital setups. So in both SBAs, MCQs, and even in your cases, we never give rare, uncommon things. So if you see, like, I don't know whether you have seen the Nelsons. It's like in bio, like there are 3 books out there. Like one, right? So you don't need to know everything. We ask only about the common things, right? So cases like febrile convulsion, urinary tract infections, asthma, like that, there are basic common conditions are there. We don't ask about metabolic syndrome. We don't ask about immunodeficiency syndromes. There are so many like for example, epilepsy, we are asking about the common ones. These infantile spasms, benign rhallendic epilepsy, right? Temporal lobe epilepsy, like that. But we never ask about these uncommon things like these uncommon epileptic syndromes. We never ask, right? There are so many epileptic syndromes are there. We never ask about. So again, if you like for example, if we discuss about the hyperchromic microcytic anemia, you must have heard for the causes of hyperchromic microcytic anemia. So iron deficiency, thalassemia, sideroblastic anemia, and lead poisoning. So, but have you ever seen a question, direct question from sideroblastic anemia or lead poisoning? No. Why? Because those things are not common those are not that much common in pediatric setup. So those things will be well assessed in your MD, not in your undergraduate level. So we ask about the iron deficiency and thalassemia, which you will see in your day-to-day life very frequently, right? So that's what I'm telling you. Also, you should have core knowledge and clinical facts related to common conditions which you will see in Sri Lankan setup. And for example, cystic fibrosis, you might see it's quite common it's mentioned in so many books. But the reality, so most of the time you will see, the thing is, reality, cystic fibrosis hardly you will notice in Sri Lanka. Have you seen a cystic fibrosis in Sri Lanka? No. It is quite common in Europe because these genes are there in Europe. So it's there in your book, sometimes standard books, but we will never ask in your questions. We hardly ask in your questions. We don't even direct question under cystic fibrosis because it's not common in Sri Lankan setup, right? So you need to have core knowledge of clinical facts related to common conditions seen in Sri Lankan hospital setup. Then the thing is, guys, you need to have clinical reasoning and critical thinking and decision making. So it will be well assessed in your SBAs, short cases, and emergencies, because we are assessing your brain. So we want good doctors who have a very good brain, right? So the clinical reasoning and the critical thinking and the decision making. So we don't want attendants or nurses. We want good house officers. We want good doctors who have a very good brain capacity. And also at the same time, the patient caring, because again, we will assess those things in your short cases as well as in your long cases. If you're poor in those, again, you will not get very good marks. But if you follow my instructions, so you will be well competent in all these components. So before we move into these personal experiences of these our students, I will quickly have a summary. I will tell you a quick summary about this Erpm structure. I guess you all are well aware about this. So in your exams, there are two important components are there. That is, first one is the theory, and the next one is the Viva. So right. So under theory, there are two parts are there. That is part A and the part B. Part B. So part D, basically you are getting the forensic medicine and the community medicine, where you will get only 30 MCQs. And also there is an independent component is there, which is in psychiatry. Again, you will get only 30 MCQs. So keep this in your mind. That is only 30 MCQs, but you need to get through the exams. But again, it will not. It doesn't matter whether you get pass or fail. So to enter to this Viva track, so you need to finish those components before your internship. But again, even if you don't finish, even the psychiatry, you can go. Some students are not well aware. Even if you don't finish the psychiatry, if you don't get through the psychiatry, still you will be able to join the Viva, right? So the most important thing is a part A, where the bulk is so huge. So there are two important tracks are there. That is medical track and the surgical track. Where on the medical track you need to do medicine and pediatrics, where you will get 25 MCQs as well as 25 single best response questions. In your surgery and gyn obs also same. So if you get through this medical track, you will be eligible to get through into the Viva medical track. So both part B as well as part C. If you get through the surgical track, so again you will be able to get into the Viva surgical track part B and C. So here the most important message is what? So you need to study all 7 components, but you need to put more if the effort or the your full maximum capacity or force to these main medical track as well as the surgical track, because the syllabus or the content is very much large or huge. So you have a lot to study, and it will be assessed in your M's, not only your MCQs, again SPS, and again in your long cases and short cases. You need to have very clear idea, very thorough knowledge. So that's why for the juniors, you sometimes you might not have enough time after graduation. So start early as possible. So thing is, then you will be you will be well confident, and you will be well confident before your exams. So so this is basically the structure about Erpm exams. So here, so you all are well aware that part A, so you are getting 25 MCQs and the 25 SPS, where you will the complete MCQ will carry 5 marks. So altogether you are getting 125 marks. And SBR questions also, will have 25 marks, 25 questions, and each SBA will carry 5 marks. So altogether you will be able to score 125 marks. So the total mark will be 250 to pass. The thing is, keep this in your mind. You need to score only 45%. Only 45%, that is 112.5. So in community, what do they expect from you all as a doctor? So they expect you all to know 100%, right? Good accurate patients are in doctor Q, other doctor Q, doctor Q, they comes like that. Doctor Q. You can't say like, right? You should have 100%. But the good news is what they are expecting only to have 45%, even in your theory exams. So is it something difficult? Is it something difficult? No. The sad part is, the very sad part is, some students actually, unfortunately, get failed in theory exams. Even some bright students. Sometimes, recently also, some students said like they had 3 A's, they had 2 A's, 1B for their A levels, but still they have got failed in pediatrics. Right? They didn't join for my class, but that's very sad. That shouldn't be happen. Is it something possible? Right? No. හරියට ලංකාවේ හැම සම්පතක්ම තියාගෙන ලංකාව දියුණු කරන්න බෑ ඒ වගේ. එතකොට ඉතින් president යන්න ඕනේ, something like that. He also saying, if my students are getting failed, then I should, right, I should retire from this field. මේක වෙන්න බැරි දෙයක්, right? So only 45 marks. You have, like, you've been studying for more than 6 years, 5 years, 6 years in your university time. Then you have paid lakhs, millions to the university. Then you were in a very stressful situation in your university life. The cold weather, there was no family support, anything. Then of course, after coming to Sri Lanka, again classes, you have paid, right, thousands, maybe lakhs. After doing that much, after waste, you didn't have fun, right? You have sacrificed everything, but still, right? If you are getting failed in your exams, how sad, right? That shouldn't be happen to anyone. එහෙම වෙනවා නම්, right? ඒක කාගේද වැරද්ද? Who should be take the responsibility? The teachers. Because දිව්‍යඥානය කාටවත් නැහැ. අපි කියලා දෙන දේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ follow කරලා ඔයගොල්ලෝ class වෙන්නේ නැතුව fail වෙනවා නම් then it's your problem. Classes ඇවිල්ලා fail වෙනවා නම් then it's the problem of the teacher. Right? So that's why I'm always telling y'all, if you have joined the classes and if you get failed and if you have covered everything, I will refund the money. Like ඔයගොල්ලෝ set එකක් fail වෙනවා, I will get retired. Right? So thing is, that's why the most important thing. So there's only 45 marks. So the part B also saying long cases only 45 marks. The short cases only 45 marks. The average 50. So just 45 marks, right? 65ක්ම අතාරින්න පුළුවන්. Right? So it's a very easy exam. So you will understand. So again, the part C is there. So that is emergency. So where you need to emergencies in both pediatrics and medicine in your medical track. So you will get 10 minutes each, right? For 10 minutes, not for each, total. So that's how it goes. So before we move to the next session, I think there are, before I talk about the theory and Viva, so you will have an idea. So some students might talk and, right? So they will share their experiences. So then මම කියනවට වැඩිය students ලගේ ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ දේවල් ඒගොල්ලෝ කියයි, right? They will tell about their personal experiences, so how they studied, how they performed, how to get through the exam. So I will teach all the technical things. කොහොමද පාඩම් කරන්න ඕනේ, technical methods. කොහොමද exams ගොඩ යන technical methods, right? ඒවා apply කරොත් හරියට. But the thing is, දැන් පබිලිස්කෝ කිය කෑම උයන්න දන්නවා කිව්වට හරියන්නේ නැහනේ. ගහ බලන්න ඕනේ කවුද? කන අය. So, right, you need to get an idea from the other students also. So who's there at the moment? Ushandini, are you there? Ushandini, are you there?
Yes, sir.
So you said like you have casualties also, and I will give you a chance also. You see, she's in the hospital dress, like this.
Yeah, I'm in the on-call room.
On-call room. Thanks for joining, Shandani. So I don't want to take that much time. So why don't you share your experiences? How did you study? How did you perform? What are the things what you gain? So why don't you give a small introduction about yourself, and why don't you move forward?
Okay. So I'm Shandani Daratna, currently working in Gampa District General Hospital. I just wanted to thank Sir for everything he has done. So the least I could do is come and share my experiences. Talking about
sorry, there is a hello, yes, Shandani, there's a connection error. Can you repeat it?
Oh, okay. So I'm Oshadini Daratna I'm currently working in Gampa Hospital. And I just wanted to thank Sir for everything he has done throughout our Erpm journey. The least I could do is come and share my experiences with you all. So about theory, my advice is follow the theory classes. As much as possible, try to join for the live classes. I find that I paid more attention when it was a live class. And even though the pass mark is 45, my advice is don't be satisfied with 45%. Try to aim for the maximum because there's always a margin of error. So don't go for 45. That's for theory. Then for me, practicals, I was fortunate or unfortunate, I don't know. I had 10 days to prepare for my practical exams. I had covered all the short cases, but not a single long case class. I only passed long case because I was so thorough on my theory. So my advice is be thorough on theory. Sir did a really important session for us to cover all the long case tricks. So I did the whole discussion based on theory and they were so impressed. They asked me what university I was from, but it's not what I learned from the university actually. It's what Sir thought that I said that day. They didn't have questions to ask me at the end. So I think even though I was scared mostly for the long case, that's the part that I performed the best in. And the examiners at the end, they were like, do you have, one examiner looked at the other examiner and like, do you have any more questions to ask her? And then he was like, no, she answered everything. It's only because of my thorough theory knowledge that I could do that. So my advice is be thorough on your basics and use a bit of common sense. And then the exam is going to be easy. So
Yeah,
that's
that's
all I
great.
have to say.
So here was the Oshandani is the one of the best example, right? So she joined my theory as well as the Viva, and she covered everything, and she participated everything actively. So then she had a very thorough theory knowledge. The last time Viva, we thought we have a little bit more time, but suddenly they announced the exam, and she had the Pera demonstration. Am I correct? Yes. Then everybody got shocked. Everybody got shocked. I can remember you came when you came for my this mass mix practical. That time again they announced suddenly like we are going to get the exams within 1 week. Satyak atul the exam at that time we didn't start any single long cases, right? We finished all these short cases and the emergencies, but we couldn't start even long cases, right? So she had only 1 week. Then what did I said during that mass mix practical? එතන හිටපු හැම ළමයාටම කිසි දෙයකට බය වෙන්න එපා. මම කියන දේ trust කරන්න. If you follow that, definitely you will get through the exams. Right? That's what I mentioned. So I conducted a single revision session where the thing is all the tricks, it was all about the tricks to get through the long cases exams. So I taught everything in a very nice and gallery Java exam. So it depends on the thing is දැන් මෙයාට පේරාදෙනි හම්බුනේ. තව කෙනෙක්ට මාස 5කට විතර පස්සේ LRH හම්බුණා. පේරාදෙනි හම්බෙච්ච කරාපිටි හම්බෙච්ච කලින් හම්බෙච්ච අයගේ results අඩුයිද? නෑ. Most of them were within first 20. They had better ranks. මතක තියාගන්න, keep this in your mind. Even if you get an early station or like even if they conduct exams early, nothing's gonna change. It will be always there will be a comparison. So Ashandini was very much smarter compared to the others. So who had Peradeni station, right? So LRH එකට යදී තව කට්ටිය තවත් පාඩම් කරලා තව practicals මාත් එක්ක කරලා යන්නේ. හැබැයි එහෙම ගියාම ඒතන ඉන්න ළමයි අතරින් තමයි compare වීමක් වෙන්නේ. Peradeniya ගියාම ඒතන ඉන්න ළමයි අතර compare වීමක් වෙන්නේ. Right? ඒකයි කියන්නේ keep that in your mind. So Viva එක exam එකක් කලින් තිබ්බා කියලා මුකුත් වෙනස් වෙනවද? Never. So that's why I conduct a nice long case revision. Those who joined for that at least, they all got through the exams. Everyone. And what was Oshandini, what's your rank? Huh?
I was 4th.
Rank 4. Right? Long cases cover කරලා නැහැ කියලා කවුද මේ වෙන්නේ? Right? It's applied to the other subjects also. Right? And she was able to come. So keep that in your mind. Have confidence. One of the important things is she had a very good theory knowledge, because the law case is everything about the discussion. So if you get a very good theory base, you don't need to worry about anything. That's why she was keep on telling. The other thing is she had confidence. But in the short cases, after doing all these things, she had confidence to talk everything in. You must have seen her in those practical videos. She was talking very nicely with confidence. And one of the good things is like she was very wise. So she had a very good rank. She could have choose whatever the subject she want. But she chose doing genomes and pediatrics. Am I correct? So she started doing the genomes. But I guess next appointment is pediatrics. Am I correct? Yeah, good. So now she's working at Gampa Hospital. ප්‍රධානම ලංකාවේ තියෙන ප්‍රධානම වැඩිම patients ලා ඉන්න හොඳම best DGH hospital, district general hospitals වල තියෙන හොඳම එක. That's why I also went there. Right? So that's the best. So she gets the best exposure, she gets everything, and she can do postgraduate pediatrics and with confidence, and she will have a very bright future. And it is not only about the internship. So again, it will affect her RHO period. She will be there around Gampa during her RHO period, and even after that. She had a very good mark, right? So she can do whatever she wants, and now she can do the PG in pediatrics just after finishing her RHO period. So she will be able to stay around Colombo always, right? So that's the advantage. So she was very wise, and I'm really happy about her. So thank you, Oshandani, for sharing your experiences. So I will give you a chance to another student. So can someone unmute and say something? Is there? Jessica, are you there? Yeah, yes, great. So you are in emergency.
Yes.
Hi, how are you? It's really nice to see your face. So with this schedule again with this kit, right? Okay. So why don't you share your experiences with how did you study and what are the tricks you use to improve your knowledge in both theory as well as in your Viva? That will be helpful. Yes.
So hello everyone.
Why don't you give a small introduction about yourself?
So I'm Jessica Pereira. I'm currently working at district-based hospital. So I want to first thank sir for giving me this opportunity. So to start with, about the theory exam, I basically covered theory with sir only. And I followed only sir's notes, and to pass everything from understand everything, like even if try to clarify it, and don't ever hesitate to ask sir clarify it with sir, because sir is always there to answer your questions. And I like how sir said, I didn't go through any of the textbooks, I didn't read Illustrator at all, I just followed sir's notes, like from A to Z. I just followed notes only, and I stuck to that. Hello?
Yes, Jessica, there is a small connection here. It's okay. Yeah, we can hear you clearly.
So basically understand the theory, and like how what Oshadini said, don't aim for 45, try to aim for more, because anything can happen, and don't overmark stems as well. Try to stick to 75% of MCQs if possible. Other than that, talking about Viva also, just having that theory background helps in Viva a lot. So like, and also be confident in answering, because Viva is a game of luck. I mean, it depends on the consultant, it depends on the station, it depends on the day of your exam, it depends on a lot of things. So stick to that theory knowledge, because whatever the day you get, I mean, you can still answer and perform really well.
Right, great. So one of the important message which I want to give you is, මතක තියාගන්න, keep this in your mind, your results is proportionate to your trust. Right? what I have experienced, right? I have in this field for years. ඕගලන්ගේ result එක තියෙන trust එකට සමානුපාතිය. What did she mention? She never read the illustrated or never like she attend to මම ඕගලන්ට හැමදාම කියන එකක් තමයි තියෙන පොත් කාට හරි දන් දෙන්න කාට හරි නැත්නම් ඔය කොළඹ පොත් අනම් මනම් තියෙනවා නම් පුච්චන්න. Don't read those things. Don't put unnecessary things into your mind. Don't put unnecessary things in your brain, right? So that is important. So what we are well aware what is necessary and what is not, and we are giving only what is necessary. If you put unnecessary things into your mind, again thing is you will screw up. So she was following everything very nicely. So she joined my classes after graduation. She also had a very limited time. So at the beginning, she didn't have that much knowledge. So you will see those who join for these my classes. So you will notice like at the beginning, like she's unable to answer. So then of course she was able to answer the topics which she was able to cover. Then gradually she was improving, and then she had a very perfect knowledge in theory. Then when it comes to Viva, she was super smart. So one of the important thing is Jessica, Oshandani, and some students, they were participating all these live classes very actively. So even I give the platform for some students when I ask you all to join the live when I'm conducting some sessions. So always join live and join actively, participate actively. That's one of the part of your training. That's why I'm asking you all to switch on the camera. That's why I'm asking you all to answer the questions, right? It's the part of your training, right? So that is one of the important things. So she, all right, Jessica, I hope you went. So are you there still? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, yes. So can you tell me about little bit about how you felt about the Paediatrics and the Viva?
Paediatrics, actually it was the only thing that helped me get through the Erpm theory exams. I mean, it's one of the main things. The Paediatrics program was actually summarized, concise, and it's something that you have to read before the exam, and that's basically enough. And about the Viva exam also, I mean, you don't have to go to each and every hospital. Just find the time, find the time, sit down and study all the clinical examinations, what sir tells, and just perform it. I actually didn't have that much of time to attend hospitals, but after following the theory and after going through all the clinical examinations step by step, I was able to still perform.
So it's one of the one of the myth that the people use practicals and results ready. It was not like that. So first main important thing, she had a very good knowledge about the theory facts. That is the most important thing. So what is necessary for the long cases, what is necessary for the short cases. Then she came to us and she came for the practicals and she applied. So one of the important thing is who had the highest marks for the long cases exams. I'm conducting some exams so where I can pick the students and I'm giving special training. So, and Jessica actually trained so many students out. Like I also get very limited time. Then I asked Jessica, then Vihanga, this Kasun Dilshan, I think she is busy today. So they give a extra special training for those weak students, and everyone got through the exams, right? So she also she did her maximum and she did a very great job. Right, so the important thing is that the exam. So who had the highest marks during those long cases exams? So again, Jessica had the highest marks. So itane marks තියෙන එක්කෙනා තමයි අතනදී ලකුණු වැඩියෙන් එන්නේ. Magic නැහැ. මගේ exam එකේ ලකුණු වැඩි එක්කෙනා මේවා. So Kasun also had she had the highest marks in emergency. So he also was in very first 10. එතන ලකුණු අඩුයි නම් ලකුණු අඩුයි. එතන ලකුණු වැඩි නම් ලකුණු වැඩි. ඕගොල්ලෝ practical කියලා යන්නේ like magic බලන්න. මෙහෙම case එකක් තිබ්බා. හරි එහෙම case එකක් තිබ්බා. We can show magics, enough magic. That's for our marketing. Marketing වලට මේ practical ඕගොල්ලෝ යන්න ඕනේ. Make sure you can learn things, right? So the thing is whether you have the knowledge, whether you can apply to those things to the patient. So I actually conducted all those practicals after giving proper knowledge. So she joined after getting the proper knowledge. So she was able to apply those things. One of the she came for these neonatal practicals at Ragama and everything, and she performed everything very nicely. But now, of course, you get I was attached to professorial unit last time. There were some restrictions were there, but now since I'm attached to Gampa Hospital, there is no restrictions at all. You can come and you can practice any amount. All the if you like the people who came last week, all the long cases were there, all the short cases were there, and there were enough cases. Everything was there. Right, hemophilia, the uncommon, ITB, the type 1 diabetes, the leptospirosis, the MIS-C, everything was there, even the rare ones. The common ones are always there, right? So if you can come and practice with me and under my guidance. So you need to perform, like you can go to whatever the hospital, but it is very important to perform in front of me, right? So you can correct down your deficiencies. Actually, I didn't give that much training for Jessica because I knew that she was doing very well. I didn't want to give an extra support to her, right? But I was well aware about her capacity, no? So then, right? So, but she gave like extra support to other people, right? Because I asked her to train the other students as well. So that's a great job. So thank you very much, Jessica, for joining and sharing your personal experiences. So that is very impressive. But the only sad part is she did medicine rather than doing pediatrics. So for her internship, but probably she might do pediatrics for her postgraduate. Still, it is possible, right? So because she had a very good knowledge, even if she sit for for the MD part on tomorrow, she will be able to get through in pediatrics for the subject, right? So it's possible. So thank you very much, Jessica. So for sharing your experiences. So I will give again another student. So who's there? How the unit are share karanna? Can someone unmute and say? Anyone? Who's there? How the unit who's Vihenga, are you there? No. Vihenga, are you there? No. Are you there? Ramesh, are you there?
Hello, sir.
Yeah. So why don't you tell some your
Hello,
personal
can you hear me, sir?
Yes.
Yeah. Hello, guys. So I'm Ramesh from TNG Medical University. I'm currently working at DGH Amplifit here. So this is my first weekend off after almost 1.5 months. So invited me, and thank you, sir, for inviting me to say a few words. So talking about theory exam, guys. I did not join.
Ramesh, I want you all to give some messages. What are the tricks you used and what are the methods you used to improve the knowledge, and was it in my teaching, and were there anything else which you did, or if there's anything you like that would.
Yes,
yes,
sir.
yes.
So guys, I did not join theory. I did not join SIRS theory. I joined for Paediatrics. One shot, I went for Paediatrics. That's where I joined SIR's entire program, and that's where I fell in love with how Sir taught everything. So for me, it's practice. I don't consider myself as a outgoing, very smart bugger or whatever. For me, it's practice. I have done, I think.
I need to ask a small question. Now yes, you learned theory for years.
Yes.
From your university, and you did the Paediatrics.
That's it.
So how do you feel?
Yes, that's where I actually established what theory is about, the Erpm theory. So that is where I sort of put everything together. This is what's expected of me. I'm not, they don't expect me to be a consultant or anything other than that. It's just the house officer's job. On your first day itself, sir, you said this is a job interview for the house officers. And even when you took the paper, the theory paper, there's this SBS, I can't quite recall what it is. What was going in my head is saying, then Natanavada, then Natanavada. So that was one thing that sir used to always tell, Nataneba, right? So that was one thing that was going in my head. So it sort of was there. So it was some Paediatrics.
A lot of students used to say that one key like it was going like an echo. Yeah. Most of right. Okay, good. That's great. Nice to hear about that again.
So I think I must have done the Paediatrics, I think about 5 times before I went for the theory exam, because I wasn't that very good at pediatrics. I even used to call and tell him, sir, I'm not very confident about pediatrics. So I did my pediatrics, Paediatrics more than 5 times before I went for theory exam, which is not easy. I have to tell you, because it's long, it's huge. I did it about 5 times. So that is, for me, it's practice. It's always practice. Then coming on to Vivas, again, it's practice. I went through all of Sir's notes, all of that. And short cases, I practice. I practice on my dad. I practice on my mom. I couldn't find children. Of course, obviously, I don't have any kids. Neither does my anyone else. So I just practice. Even pediatrics cases, I practice. The long cases also practice. So for Vivas, find somebody to study with. Find somebody for you all to practice with. That is the main thing. Going for hospitals, I couldn't do it. It's just a myth that you need to go for it again and again and again. I only had time to go like few times maybe, and that's it. It's all about practice for me.
Yeah, that's one of the important thing. It's a myth, right? So more you do, more you like just go for the practicals, gonna change things. That's the one of the biggest myth. Patients la balna taramata result එක වැඩි. Are you serious, right? So it's not that, right? You can Google it even. But thing is, I'm doing practicals. So to make sure the thing is students get, like the thing is those who are confident, so to become more polished, to make more polish and make more smart, that's all. But the thing is that fail lamaya pass in, fail වෙන ළමයා pass කරන්න බෑ practicals වලින්. Practicals in pass ළමයා තව ටිකක් polish කරලා smart කරන්න විතරයි. That's all. එහෙම ඕගොල්ලෝ කියන විදිහට ලෙඩ්ඩු වැඩිපුර දැකලා තියෙන දකින්න තරමට results එනවා නම් attendant දාන්න යවන්න පුළුවන් exam එකට. අයි මිනිහා දැකලා තියෙන hospital එකේ ඔක්කොටම වැඩි ලෙඩ්ඩු. nurse ලා ටික දැකලා තියෙනවා. It's not like that. You need to get the concepts correctly, everything very nicely, and you should have a lot of confidence, right? Then of course you can apply to the patients. දැන් අද සමහරු මගෙන්ට කිව්වකද ගිය සතියේත් කියන practical මොනවද cover කරලා තියෙන්නේ? Nothing. Without covering things, how can you do it right? Right? It's not important. But the Ramesh, he said like he didn't cover that much, but he was able to do right. But the thing is, he joined when I conduct whatever I conducted, but he didn't go here and there and they did like unnecessary practice, like the hospital visits. He utilized the time. No? Yes, Ramesh, you can continue.
Yeah. So the other thing is going for Sir's practicals is key. You have to go for it. The mismatch practical, the short case practicals, and also one of the best examples is when I went for Sir's emergency Viva. So this is an exam where I got the case that I got was status epilepticus, and it was the same case that I got for my Viva in Jaffna. So it was the same scenario. It was pretty much the same scenario. I got status epilepticus. The examiner asked me in and out, starting from the child coming to the hospital until a diazepam toxicity, which also talks about separately. She even asked me about that. What would you do if the
Are you aware if there's an diazepam toxicity and if they goes into an respiratory arrest, what do you need to do? Right? Are you aware? It will be assessed in your SBS and එකපාර හුස්ම නවතින්න පුළුවන් diazepam දෙකක් දාපුවම rectal. Right? That happened in the Gala hospital, and the hospital එකේ hospital එක කුඩු කරලා doctor ටත් ගහලා there was a huge issue. So they were frequently asking those things. But I know the 90% of here students are not aware what to do. Right? මොකක්ද immediate step එක? What is the next thing? Or what is the drug you are going to recover? Right? What is the antidote? Right? Good. So yes, Ramesh. So that also assessed, and it came in your like in my which I conducted as an exam. Then right, good. Yes, Ramesh.
Yeah. So it's important that you all stick to it and don't read unnecessary things. Just stick to Sir's notes, and pediatrics is easy after that. So.
That's great. So Ramesh, he's a very smart guy. So the one of the important thing is like he couldn't join for my theory. He was not aware about me initially, but fortunately he was able to at least join for my Paediatrics. Then he got to know like this is the correct pathway, and he joined this Viva and he followed, and he was able to get through the exams in one shot, right? So that is the thing. So somehow you need to first of all get through the exams, right? I will teach you all how to get even if you get the exams on, if you are going to sit for these exams on October, right? Theory exams, it is possible to get through the exams. There are easy ways are there, right? But to have a better knowledge, if you are planning to sit for the exams on January, you should have better to have better knowledge. So I will teach you what is necessary. I will tell you all what is how to study and how to, right, be smart. So is there anyone who would like to share their experiences? Tikshana, are you there?
Yeah, sir. Yes.
Yes. Yes, Tikshana, can you tell a little bit about small introduction and about how do you?
So I'm Tikshana Jayasekara. I'm from Viteb State Medical University, and I'm currently working at DGH Avisavella. Just like Ramesh, this is my first weekend off, and I'm at home today. So thank you so much, sir, for inviting me for this. What I should say is, like, I discovered Ruankasa very late into the Erpm game. Like, I remember he had like an introduction session like this, and I went for it, and a lot of my team speaking, and class, I kind of took everything else I had, all the notes and the books and everything, and just threw it away. And I was like, no, sir's Paediatrics is what's gonna take me through this. And out of all the theory note files, like my theory note file was the smallest, because all I says for is being them again and again and again. So
yeah, there's a small connection error. Okay, right now we can hear you again.
Yeah. So which part did you lose me from?
No. Again, we can hear you again back. Yes. No, we heard partially, but again.
So like, okay, so it's the Paediatrics program that took me through the theory exam, and like I just kept reading it again and again, and I don't know, like sir did I think 3 full papers for the theory exam, and that's all the papers I did. I didn't even practice papers. I just did those 3 papers, went for the exam, and I just kept hearing sir in my mind, like, just like Ramesh said, there was one question. I think everyone who went to Ruankasa like heard it in their mind. Natando ne the natando ne, and we just picked the most common sense answer, and just sir was in my mind the whole time, like while I was answering. And once I was done with the SBAs, I was 100% sure I was going to pass pediatrics. So I just went to the true false and just marked it accordingly without being too risky. Marked just about 60-70% of the answers. And Viva, of course, I like as soon as I started to study, I was like, there's no one in Ruankasa who I would for Viva for. And he had so many like practice exams, emergency exam, the long case exam. I fortunately had enough and more time to do everything he conducted. So I went for everything, and I also I didn't really go to hospitals and like practice on patients as much. I just went to gain some confidence in history taking, because sometimes like the language is a problem. Like if you don't know the correct terms to use on the patients, like it might be offensive to them, and like you can't use just normal Sinhala, you have to use a little bit, complicated Sinhala words. So just to gain the confidence of history taking, I went to the hospital like for 2 weeks. After that, I felt like it was a waste of time. I just stayed at home, and I got a small doll just like sir has.
You are a bishop, no? So,
yeah,
you did everything in
no,
English material.
No. So that's not
No, the language issues of context matters. Yes, of course, yes.
I just got a doll, and I just practiced all of it on a doll, and I went for sir's practicals, saw an example for every case, and when I went to the exam, like I don't know, like from somewhere I could hear sir just saying, just be careful, you have to examine properly, because the CNS case I got, everyone who came out said that they said the answer as a diplegic CP, And all I said was a neural tube defect complicated with hydrocephalus, and everyone had missed to check the back of that child, and I guess I'm the only one who
that
checked
is
the
the
back.
difference. That is the difference. So what's your rank, Tikshana? You are within first 10.
Nine.
Nine.
Sir.
Right? That is the difference. Because you have been taught CNS CP. CNS CP. Abdomen thalassemia. ගොඩක් වෙලේට ඔහම තමයි ළමයිගේ ඔළුවේ තියෙන ඉගෙනගෙන සමහරට. Right? Anuradhapura rickets. There is nothing such. Right? So thing is, so that's one of the, so you miss the important things. You are not well aware what is necessary and what is not. You are the people, students actually, they used to examine the loading time, they used to say diplegic CP. And they are not aware even like it is important or not to check the back or not. That's all I'm telling you all. So thing is, I was keep on highlighting the stuff and I was keep on telling. So she was the one of the one person who was able to pick that. So the other people get failed or just marginal, they can get 45. But if she's the only one who said about that, she's getting something around 80s for her cases. That case, 80s maybe 90s, and she was able to pick whether there's any associated VP shunt. And all the other problems, you must have checked for these bilateral tardive equinovarus and the hip dislocations, which are common association, and the bladder bowel dysfunction, everything. Am I correct? Yes. So that is the reason. So she was able to smart. It's not about the number of patients or practicals. So I am bringing all the patients and all the exam patients. I keep on telling you all that the thing is, you need to cover the theory in a properly, like you need to get a very good base. You need to have a very good idea. Then come to the practicals, right? You can practice in front of me, but just like anyone can, then some other second year, third year, but even a third year or a second year, if you have covered the things, it would be easy and beneficial, and you will be able, like last time when I did these neonatal examination, those things, I can remember the second year student was able to score the maximum. Second year TNG student, because she have studied everything very nicely, right? Last mock papers, right? Who had the highest marks? The third year student, right? So that's why. So then one of the important things what she mentioned was she didn't do that much number of papers. I conducted so many past papers and everything, but the most important thing is like number of papers not going to change. Sometimes you might, too many papers will be more harmful than the good. This is not a scholarship exam. Shishatte pantiyak neme, right? Just by harding doing too many papers would be more harmful than the good. Do some questions, the papers, to make sure like you can like recall the things, right? From everywhere, when you get questions from everywhere, that's all. But the most important thing is like doing mock exams. So the thing is, you are getting new questions. The same questions will not get repeated. The thing is, past papers, of course, anyway, whoever the teachers, like they are teaching, like they get preoccupied. They know the questions which you got previously and they are teaching. For the mock papers, it's not like that. So if you can score high marks for the mock papers, then it's good. So what I have seen is the students who are not joining for the Paediatrics course, they are scoring like 15, 18, or maybe a little bit more for the past papers. But they never score above 12 for the mock papers, and they never score right in their exams. Right, that's the reality. So thank you, Tikshana, for your sharing your experiences. We have very limited time. I will ask one or two to share their experience, different you are doing pediatrics, am I correct? Or any answer?
Yes, sir. Yeah, pediatrics.
It's a good part. She started learning pediatrics. Now she's very smart. She will be able to become a nice pediatrician. So she can put photos, and I didn't see your photos in FB file. You can put soon, right? Okay. So
no, sir. First appointment.
First appointment Jinnams, then next appointment. Great. Okay. So
first appointment.
Jinnams. Okay. Thank you, Tikshana, for sharing your knowledge and joining with us. Quickly, anyone in a different view? Dupeka, can you quickly tell about, tell me
Hi, sir.
if there's any tricks to improve the knowledge and to get through the exam. Tell those things as well. Again, you are with the kit. Am I correct?
Yes, sir. Hi, everyone. I'm Upeka. I'm currently working at Base Hospital, Balangwad. So I joined sir's classes from the beginning, from the COVID pandemic itself. And like everybody else said, the one thing that helps you get through theory, short case, long case, as well as Viva, is having a solid theory knowledge, because that will carry you through everything else. And I was one of those people who had exams. The first batch, we only had 1 week to prepare. I didn't go for a single hospital visit. I only went for sir's mixed mass practicals and the neonatal examination. So what I have to say is, if you can finish your theory and if you know your theory very well, then you can quickly cover your short cases, because it's almost the same thing that's repeating, and where you just have to learn the extra examination points. So if you have a good theory knowledge, you can cover everything up. And I remember sir covered all 14 long cases for us in just 1 day, in 12 hours. And that was all I did for long case pediatrics. And we didn't even have time to study, but you, like Tikshana and Ramesh said, you can hear sir's voice in the back of your head during the long case guiding you, because after 12 hours, it's there, it's stuck inside you, and you kind of figure out how to go with the flow and figure things out. And yeah, that's basically it, sir.
Thank you very much.
And the Beatrix is like the icing on top of the cake, sir, because no matter how much theory you do, if you don't go for the Beatrix, it's like you're lost. Because I don't know, for me, the Beatrix
because
was
there's something
very...
called I don't know whether you are aware, there are these things are there, studying methods. So 80-20 method, I don't know whether you have aware. So if you just study your entire theory, there will be only 20% will retain in your mind. That is the reality. If you start from top to bottom, only 20%. So the thing is, here what I do is the Beatrix, I am highlighting all the important stuff, what is necessary for your SBs. That's all. So then, of course, if you keep on studying that, the thing, if you thing is, once you learn that, so you will be able to remember what is necessary, only what is necessary. Then the thing is, you will be able to answer whatever, it will be a very small amount, and it will be like a short note, and everything is there, what is necessary to answer all the SBs. So then, of course, when you score very high marks in SBs, sometimes, for example, if you score 23 out of 25 in your SBs, how many marks you should score in your MCQ paper to get through the exams? 23 mark කරොත් 25 MCQ paper එක කීයක් mark කරන්න ඕන stems? 0. What බුදිය ගත්තා. Still you will get, right? You're passed already. Right? That is the secret, right? I will tell you all. So Upeka, right? So she was very smart. She joined again. All these students actually joined, participated everything actively. They joined, they were answering the questions. That's why I can remember them, and they had very high marks, right? So that's why I'm always telling you all. So she had a very good trust on me, and she followed my everything theory, then the Viva, everything, and she had a very good basic knowledge, and right, she had a very right, she was able, but the sad part is, again, she did medicine, right? For her internship. But anyway, so really happy, Upeka. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. I will give you a pollo idea. So Vihanga, are you there?
Yes, sir.
So right, can you share your experiences?
Yes, sure. Hi everyone, I'm Vihanga. I think everyone spoke about everything. I'm just going to reiterate. So I, like Ramesh, couldn't join theory, and I started with Beatrix. And I think it's very important to join theory, because sir will make sure that you solidify your concepts rather than you having to memorize the subject. So that's what helped me a lot in theory. And even in Viva, I got batik low, and then but then I had the time to complete also the exams and the short cases, which I think helped me a lot in passing the Viva as well.
Yeah, that's all. Okay, so right, great.
Yes,
so here, like I think most of this was so told what is name. The thing is, Vihanga, he actually like joined my theory and the Viva, everything right, and he was able, like he performed extremely well, and some students actually told me like they were able to perform. Like one student actually called me and told like she was able to do the medicine case very nicely because she she was watching Vihanga's performance through online. යාට සැරයක් මම එක්සෑම් එකක් හරි එකක දුන්නද මේකක් මොනවාද cranial examination එකක් මොකක් හරි කිව්වද online මේකකද
yes sir, short case exam.
Short cases online මම කිව්වා cranial. So එයා කිව්ව විදිය මාර ලස්සනයි හරියට ලස්සනට ආසාවෙන් අහන් හිටියා මෙහෙම හිටපු ඉඳලා ඒ හින්දා මෙඩිසින් එක බලා මෙඩිසින් එක perform කරා ඒ හින්දා ලකුණු මෙඩිසින් ගොඩ ගියේ ඒ හින්දා කියලා. Right? So that's that because he had a lot of confidence, he was talking very nicely. Like thing is, it's not like can you see like all these students are talking very with confidence. They are very smart, they can talk everything nicely. So it's like you develop those skills also during this course. So thing is like Viva, it's everything about like the expression of your knowledge. So even if you how much you have the knowledge you have, still if you can't express, then of course you will not be able to score well. So he was a very good student and like who should be able, like, right, very smart guy. So right, so I am just telling number of practicals. I'm not going to tell anything. Number of practicals, will it gonna help or not? Number of practicals. If you go like so many practicals, will it gonna help or not?
No, it's not the number, it's the quality.
It's the quality, right? So keep that in your mind. It's the quality. Very good. A good answer. So I'm not going into detail. So now I think he has realized that. And right. So good. So anyway, and everyone will realize. So final, last one. We don't have much time. Sevanjali, අපිට පොඩ්ඩක් කියන්නකෝ අනිත් අයටත් තේරෙන්න පොඩ්ඩක් සිංහලෙන් උත් එක්ක කියන්නකෝ චුට්ටක්. Yes.
Hello sir.
Hello. Yes.
අනිත් අය කිව්වා වගේම මමත් ක්ලාස් වලට ජොයින් වුණේ ලේට් වෙලා. මගේ ෆස්ට් ක්ලාස් එක මට තාම මතකයි සර්ගේ නෙෆ්‍රොලොජි, නෙෆ්‍රොටික් මම හිතන්නේ මට ජීවිතේට අමතක වෙන්නේ නැහැ. හැමෝටම මතක තියෙන විදිහට සර් කියලා දුන්නා අපිට. ඒ වගේමයි ඊට පස්සේ මම සර්ට කතා කරලා දැන් මට ගොඩක් තියරි මිස් වෙලා මම මොකද කරන්න කියලා ඊට පස්සේ සර් කිව්වා SBA tricks අපි කරමු. සෙවන්ජලි බය වෙන්න එපා. ඇෂුවර් කරා හැමතිස්සෙම. ඊට පස්සේ මම ඒක කරා. ඒක තමයි මට බේස් එක වුණේ. ඊට පස්සේ ඔක්කොම ඉවරනාට පස්සේ තමයි මම සර්ගේ අනිත් ඔක්කොම තියරි ආයේ කවර් කරේ. ඊට පස්සේ වයෝ වලට ඇත්තටම අනිත් හැමෝම කියෝ වගේ තියරි තමයි ඇත්තටම අපිට ඕනේ. හොඳ තියරි නොලෙජ් එකක් තමයි වයිවා ඩිස්කෂන් එකට ඇත්තටම ඕන වෙන්නේ. ප්‍රැක්ටිකල්ස් ගැනත් කියවොත් මමත් හොස්පිටල් එහෙම ගියේ නෑ. ඊට පස්සේ තව වයිවා ඉමර්ජන්සි වයිවා අපේ තිබ්බනේ එක්සෑම් එකක් වගේ මේක හරිම ඉම්පෝටන්ට් වුණා. මොකද ඉමර්ජන්සි එකට ගියාම තමයි තේරෙන්නේ දෙන්නෙක් ඉඳගෙන අහනකොට ඒක කොහොමද ෆීල් වෙන්නේ කියලා.
These exams are extremely important. මේ exams මාර වැදගත්. ඒකෙන් තමයි ඔයගොල්ලෝ කෙනෙක් ඉස්සරහා කතා කරන්න පුළුවන්ද කියලා තේරෙන්නේ. Right? ඔයා exam එක ඔය කොච්චර ඉගෙන ගත්තත් මම long cases වලට conduct කරනවා, short cases වලට conduct කරනවා, emergencies වලට conduct කරනවා. Then I can pick the weak students and I can give a special training, special attention. Exam එකේ සමහරු ඉන්නවා මේ යාගේ නම එන්ඩියාද චූබරයි කියලා දුවනවා. දුවලා මාරු වෙලා හැංගෙන අයත් ඉන්නවා. ඉතින් ඊළඟ පාරත් ආයි ඉන්නවා. Right?
right? Emergency exam එක stressful හැබැයි ඒක worth අර අපි හැමෝම අර හොඳටම exposure එක ගත්තා. ඊට පස්සේ එක්සෑම් එකට ගියාමත් අර ඒක මතක තියෙන නිසා ගොඩක් වෙලාවට අපිට perform කරන්න ලේසි. Actually මට ඇත්තටම මේ සර්ට thank කරන්න I don't have enough words. Because of you I got through this exam. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much, Anjali, for joining. And by the way, nice glasses. Yeah, changed.
Thank
No?
you.
Very good. So, right, great. So I think a lot of students actually they share their experiences. So the thing is, so that is one of the most important thing is you will get motivated, and you will make a TNA. I will teach all what is the technical things. So the most important thing is you have seen the students are like thing is you get motivated and you will have a hope, right? The students are telling us practical. Then සමහරුන්ගේ ලොකුම බය තමයි අපි theory exam එකට වෙලා නැහැ. දැන් මෙතන ඉන්න අය වෙලාව නැති අයත් perform කරලා නැද්ද? Yes, කරලා තියෙනවා. right? හොඳම ranks. Viva එකට වෙලාව නැහැ. perform කරලා තියෙනවද? Yes. අපි ඒ රටේදී ලෙඩ්ඩු දැකලා නැහැ. ප්‍රශ්නයක්ද? Right? So that's the important message. So hope you had an idea. So I will go to technical things and I will teach you all what is necessary, right? Okay. So thank you everyone for joining and sharing your experiences. So it was very beneficial to everyone, right? So thank you very much. So we'll move to next. So here. So this is about the common myths in related to ERPM exams. So regarding part A, guys, so one of the important thing is part A is theory is extremely difficult. No. It is extremely easy, right? So you need to score only 45 marks, right? That's the important message. So the other myth is if you do more questions, you will get more marks. Again, as we have said, like always the quality matters. So the number of questions, sometimes it can be more harmful than the good, right? Just doing too many questions, like you are getting unnecessary facts also. And the thing is you tend to by hard the stuff if you just keep on doing the questions rather than getting the concepts. And if you little bit like change the pattern, you will mark something else. So last time also there was a student like she got failed in all the components. Then I had a very difficulty in changing her thinking pattern. So then of course I gave a special attention. I was keep on asking, like, because she has been so much preoccupied with the questions and she's marking like she used to buy hard rather than getting the concepts after doing so many papers. So then of course I finally told that you will be able to get through only pediatrics because I will be able to help you in pediatrics. Definitely you will get through the pediatrics, but the rest of the exam, rest of the subjects you will not be able to do that. So as I mentioned, like that happened, and because we can predict about anything. මම ඔයගොල්ලෝ එක්ක කතා කරද්දී මම දන්නවා ඔයගොල්ලෝ මොන exam ද pass වෙන්නේ මොකද්ද fail වෙන්නේ කියලා, and whether you are definitely going to get through the exams pediatrics pass වෙනවද නැද්ද කියන එක මට එක මොහොතෙන් කියන්න පුළුවන්. right? exam එක ඔයගොල්ලෝ කේන්දර බලන්න ඕනේ. I can tell. හරිද? ඔයගොල්ලෝ කොච්චර මොනවා කිව්වත් කොච්චර ප්‍රැක්ටිකල්ද කොච්චර තියරි ගියත් මට එක කතාවෙන් කියන්න පුළුවන්. මම ෆේල් වෙනවා කිව්ව ළමයි ඕන් තරම් නෝ. ඉතුරු සබ්ජෙක්ට්ස් ඔක්කොම ෆේල් වෙනවා. පීඩියාට්‍රික් කර කිව්ව ළමයි ගොඩක් ඉන්නවා. ඒ ළමයි ඔක්කොම එහෙම වෙලා තියෙනවා. right? right? මට නම් පිටින් ඕන කියන්න පුළුවන්. right? that happens. I know, right? ඔය පීඩියාට්‍රික්ස් පාස් වෙන්නේ නැහැ කිව්වොත් එක්සෑම් එක වෙන්නේත් නැහැ. මම පාස් කිව්වොත් පාස් වෙනවා අනිවාර්යයෙන්. right? so thing I'm well aware, right? Because with our experience and every we can tell. So that is the most important. The next important thing is if you be less greedy when you're marking MCQs, you can get a very good mark. It depends on like things. A lot of here also some students actually mentioned. So it everything matter. It's about the knowledge you have gained. So if you have followed the theory course properly, if you have followed the MCQ based topic wise revision, then the thing is you will get a very like super knowledge. Then of course you will be able to mark a little bit more. For example, in my final MBBS exams, for my SBA paper, I had 30 out of 30 correct. Like department take mata avilla kiwa, right? Separately, it's right because it was the record. Then the MCQs, we were getting only 220 MCQs, where the like 200 stems, 100 stems. 100 stems are there. So I didn't mark only one stem. He mark karapu eka hara ituru okkoma hari. So all the stems which I marked, right, got correct. So everything, it depends on your knowledge. Even whatever the postgraduate, whatever the exams when I was doing previously, So I used to mark. But again, it depends on your knowledge. But the thing is, be careful. If you are well confident only, right, mark a little bit more. Because thing is, MCQ, it's a big challenge, right? It's not like thing is even like you sometimes after doing a mock paper, sometimes students get depressed after the MCQ because it's very difficult. It goes minus. And finally, most of the MCQs, like overall, like out of 5, you are getting maybe total mark of 2 or maybe 1. Something like that. Anyway, even now you marked on. So thing is that's right. But if you get a very good, if you have very good base, then it's good. So regarding Viva, one of the, again, the part B and part C exams are very difficult. So if the exams are difficult, the students should get failed. Like my students also should get failed in the exams. It never happened, both part A and part B. So you are weak in clinicals because you had less clinical exposure during the faculty time. That's one of the biggest lie. ඕගලන්ට the clinical exposure එක අන්තිමට වැඩිපුර හම්බෙන්නේ local faculty අයට. Y'all, during my medical career, like medical student life, how many hydrocephalus patients have I seen? 0. Jessica හරි ඔය උපේකගෙන් හරි આવොත් කී right ඇහුවොත් කීයක් දැකලා තියෙන විහංගගෙන් ඇහුවොත් කීයක් දැකලා තියෙනවද? 20ක් 15ක් 20ක්. Duchenne muscular 0. They have seen. Neural tube defects, I'm 0. They have seen. Cerebral palsy, like hemiplegic, even 0. They have seen enough. Right? Even the long cases, like in my exams, I had a storage disease complicated. That was the very first time I saw a storage disease. Once I was able to tell everything because I was well aware about what is it, I was able to tell. But again, they have seen enough. Like they have seen storage cases. This is right. Mata trisomy tough, right? Cyanotic tough, cyanotic trisomy babi. Cyanotic trisomy babala dekha thina. Yes. I had a complex febrile convulsion following acute invasive diarrhea. Right? That was a bit complicated one. But the thing is, right? So here, if you come to Gampa Hospital, you will see everything. So you will have better clinical exposure, and it is not necessary to see everything because in your exams you will get new cases. So if you have a very good knowledge, you can apply. In my medicine, we are getting 4 cases. I had a lymphoma of abdomen. So that was the very first time. Empyema for the respiratory, that was the very first time. The Marfan's with AR, right? So I have seen AR patients, but I have never seen the Marfan's with AR. But my students, they have seen enough Marfan's cases, right? But I was able to, because I was well aware about these things. Right? So then I had a spinal shock for CNS. That was the very first time I experienced. Yeah, but I was well aware. That's why I'm telling you, if the good thing is that the local faculty graduates, they are getting everything very scattered. They don't get a very proper guidance. They don't get a complete knowledge. Consultant කෙනෙක්ට මතක් වුණා පොඩි short case එකක් කරනවා නිකන් මතක් වෙන facts දෙක තුනක් කියනවා ඊළඟ consultant තව facts දෙක තුනක් කියන එච්චරයි. But the thing is, here what we are teaching, it is very exam oriented and we exam highlighted. We are highlighting what is necessary and everything is there. Right? Examiner කෙනෙක්ට exam perform කරන්න කිව්වොත් facts then facts 25ක් 100ක් තියෙනවා නම් එක examiner කෙනෙක් 60ක් කරනවා. තව examiner කෙනෙක් 50ක් කරනවා. Right? I think podi overlap thing. Today, ekekena balaporuttu wena dewal venas. But I was there in all the time. I was there in main hospital, so I am covering everything what is necessary, but not doing anything beyond that. So the thing is, you will be able to perform. You are getting better exposure. You don't think and exposure as well as the what is necessary. So don't think that the clinicals you get failed clinicals because you have a less exposure. You get failed because like you are then hitan medicine කියලා practicals හොගාලා යනවා සමහර වෙන subjects වලට practicals හොගාලා යනවා මගේ හිටපු smart students ලා කවදා smart student කෙනෙක් කවදාවත් pediatric fail වෙනා නෙවෙයි smart student කෙනෙක් වෙන subject එක fail වෙනවා yes have you seen yeah ඕනේ තරම් මගේ students ලා ඉන්නවා USTC batch top කියයි sunset යන එකේ batch top කියයි IMU එකේ batch top කියයි but the thing is they can get failed in other subjects the reason is practicals is not going to change anything. Because The reason is you haven't got the what is necessary as your theory, right? So, right, even extremely smart students can get failed in other subjects, but never in pediatrics, right? So if you get the proper knowledge, you will never get failed in the exams. So the thing is, then the other thing is students get failed because they were unlucky during the exams. No, never. To examine another case එක uncommon එහෙම කතාවක් නැහැ. That is bullshit. So here the thing is, there is nothing such. So I was always telling my students to always try to be my mirror image. Is it something impossible? No, because I started doing this when I was a pre-intern, intern calling. Right? If you the thing is, I didn't have like this much of guidance. Now you after all these guidance, it's possible, it's easy. Right? So the Jessica, these Vihanga, and those most of these students who talk today, like they were almost like they're at that level. So thing is, in PEDS, they were well confident that whatever the case and whatever the exams they get through the exams. Right? So ඒක කොයි මට හෙට එක්සෑම් එක තිබ්බත් මට මං හෙට ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ එක්සෑම් එකට ගියොත් මට මොන එක්සෑමිනර් හම්බුණත් මොන කේස් එක හම්බුණත් මම ෆේල් වෙනවද? I will get 90s. Same here. So ඕගොල්ලෝ හිතන්න එපා ඒක අනිත් මතක වැදගත් තමයි එක්සෑම් එකේදී එක්සෑමිනර්ද වැඩිපුර ස්මාර්ට් වෙන්නේ ඇත්තටම ස්මාර්ට් ඕගොල්ලෝද? කවුද ස්මාර්ට් වෙන්නේ? y'all. Consultant ලට වැඩි කෙනෙක්ට වැඩි ඕගොල්ලෝ බලලා ස්මාර්ට් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. Yes. So what is the difference? They are well aware about the uncommon conditions. Reawans ඕගොල්ලෝ පාඩම් කරන්න මොනවද? මේ common hospital එකේ දකින්න. But you have studied, you have gained all these things, you have studied, right? And what you have studied what is necessary, everything. And the thing is, they are not studying. And like, they are talking with their experiences only. Like you have all the updates, you have all what is necessary. So you should be able to smart. And most of the students actually, they show that they are smarter than them. That's why the thing is, like, then සමහර වෙලාවට ඔෂන්දනී ගියාට පස්සේ පල්ලෙහා හිටපු කට්ටිය ෆේල් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. පට ගාලා කිව්වහම අනිත් පැත්තට මොකද්ද? කම්පෙයාර් වීමක් වෙනවනේ. තව ළමයෙක් ඊට පස්සේ මම ක්ලාසස් එන්නේ නැති ළමයෙක් ගාලා උත්තර දෙද්දි, right? Knowledge එක there is a huge gap. There will be an always comparison. So අපිට ඕනේ smart doctors. අපිට මට ඕනේ HO කෙනෙක් මාර smart ඉන්නවනේ. පට ගාලා උත්තර දෙන්න පුළුවන්, කතා කරන්න පුළුවන්, knowledge එක තියෙන. එහෙම කෙනෙක්. This is like an interview for house officer. Right? Smart people. So the thing is, that's why I'm telling you all, you need to be super smart, and I am making that, right? So have confidence, right? Good. So here, the important message is reality is, guys, Erpm exams are easy and the pediatrics is easy. So why it is important? Why it is important getting through these exams in one shot? But most of the time, like things, your attempt matters a lot. So the important thing is you need, like, you can get top rank in the merit list. So even there are students are there who are like, thing is they keep on getting, like, they were batched up in their universities and they were very smart. But unfortunately, they get failed in one subject. Like if the next batch is a huge batch, for example, then 100ක් විතර batch එකේ ඉන්නවා ඊළඟ එකේ. එතකොට 100ක් හිටියොත් batch එකේ යාව count වෙන්නේ කීයද? යා ඊළඟ second attempt කෙනෙක් වැටුණොත් යා උපරිම ලකුණු ගත්තත් එයා 101. Right? Right? So that's right. So thing is it's very important. Like thing is, if you get in one shot, you will get a very good rank and you will be stay around Colombo and you will be able to choose whatever the station you want during your internship, and it will affect not only during your internship, the RHO period and the post-intern period, as well as maybe the entire life, right? Sometimes like it's not possible to get through the postgraduates easily. So the thing is, then you may need to stay in a remote place, maybe 4 years or even more. Right? Merit list එක මේ වෙන්නේ rank එක අනුව ඊට පස්සේ හැමදාම. So make sure you get through in one shot. Then the thing is, guys, gets the more opportunity to select, like you will be able to select whatever the subjects of the hospital you want, as I mentioned, and it will motivate to do the postgraduate exams. So මෙතන හිටව first attempt දැන් ඔය top හිටපු ඔය පළවෙනි 10 හිටපු ළමයි PG කරනවද? තීක්ෂණාගෙන් આવොත් rank 9. Yes. Oshandaniගෙන් આવොත් pediatrics කරනවද? Yes. දැන් එයා bright කෙනෙක් විදිහට label වුණා. එයාගේ mind එකට වැටිලා තියෙන්නේ. Right? ඕගොල්ලෝ first attempt through වුණත් ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ rank එක indirectly උඩට එනවා. Right? This time the batch will be very small. Right? Next time also it's not that much because the China borders are still closed and minimum Chinese graduates. The other some units they have SLMC issues. This batch and even the next also very small. So if you get through this time or even next, you will be able to get a very good rank. Even the second attempters also will be able to get a better rank. Right? Last time also they were only for 53 first attempters, but the previous time they were 123 first attempters were there. It depends, always depend on the batch. This time they will be maximum of 25 first attempters after the Viva. Right? So even that's the advantage. Then the thing is you will have ability to earn more money. Some students actually they do private practice and so many stuff, right, during the pre-intern time. Don't waste your time unnecessarily, right? If you don't have serious economical issues in the family, don't do that, because things what you are earning during these days will be nothing, right? Doctor, the thing is, right, you will be able to more, like there will be enough opportunities. Why then my pediatrics may Erpm karan mokakkinda classes karan, they are like, I don't know, if I want to earn money, I could have done some other, like there are so many things out there. I am doing this because students, like they keep on telling, sir hinda tamai goda giye, sir tamai me field එකේ ඉන්න අපිට තේරෙන්නේ වැඩිම හොඳටම උගන්නන teacher එහෙම කියන ළමයි ලට් එකක් ඉන්නවා. Because of that I am doing this, but otherwise it's not an easy field, right? You know, right? So people can't come to this field even. So it's not easy. So I am the only person who was able to come to this field after so many years, right? So, right, it's not easy, right? Because only like I'm not doing extra marketing, I'm not doing like paying for these people who are sending abroad, right? Right? And the union leaders and everything, everything is there, right? But why the students come to me? Because I'm making everything super easy and they can understand, and I get, like, my students are getting better results. That's the only reason, right? So you will have a lot of opportunities. You can earn money if you get through the exams, and if you get in first shot. The thing is, just in case if you delay in 6 months, you are indirectly losing, just only with your government salary, you are losing more than 25 lakhs. You will not understand today, you will understand later, right? ලක්ෂ 25කට වැඩිය මාස 6ක් ඔයා රිපීට් වෙලා මාස 6ක් ඩිලේ වුණොත් ලක්ෂ 25කට වැඩිය ලස් වෙනවා. ඔයාට දැන් තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ මම කියන කතාව. You will understand පස්සේ වාට තේරෙයි, right? So good. Then the thing is, avoid social stigma. So one student actually, like, he was very upset because he had very high marks in A levels. He has just missed the exams, but he has got referred in pediatrics. Then මොකද ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ යුනිවර්සිටි එකේ ස්මාර්ට් නැති ළමයි සමහර වෙලාවට Paediatrics එකට හරි කොහොම හරි ආවිලා ගොඩ ගිහිල්ලා. හැබැයි අර ළමයා එනවා. එතකොට මොකද්ද වෙන්නේ? mentally කොච්චර වැටෙනවද? Right? So keep that in your mind. Make sure you get through the exams in one shot. So if you get through the exams in one shot, you will be able to enjoy your life. These are some of my students, like, who are practicing well, right? Right, during their internship. Good. So the advantage of putting pediatrics is like not like medicine. So you can put FB posts, share things, right? You can send to your teachers. If you do medicine, you වයසක කෙනෙක් එක්ක selfie එකක් ගහලා දාන්න නැහැ නේ කවුරුත් නේද? Right? So that's the other good thing. So here, so as I mentioned about the structure of the Erpm exam. So here, so the most, now we'll come to the more important stuff. So here thing is how to pass Erpm exams part A. So here the thing is, guys, we have seen, the thing is, I saw that most of the students get failed in the exams, unfortunately, right? Because there is not like the local grads. So the local grads, we are taking the cream, who had the highest marks for the A levels. But here, of course, there is a huge variation is there. Some students are extremely marked, but some students are average, right? But everyone should get through the exams. They have spent a lot of money to the university and for the classes. So here what we have seen is like, what I have saw. So may I ask a question? So when you take the merit list, right? Merit list එක බලපුවාම මොන university එකේ ආයද first 100 ඇතුලේ local faculties first 100 ඇතුලේ වැඩිපුර ඉන්නේ? So the almost always Colombo. Every year the Colombo, I am not a Colombo graduate, right? Colombo faculty at Amai, Vadi Hariakin, the first time. Then the Pera, then the Ragama, Karapiti, Japur like that, right? So always the Colombo and Pera. What is the reason? Why do you think? So the reason is they are the people who had very high marks for the A levels, actually they are going to Colombo or Pera, most of them, right? My hometown was Ragama, so I went to Ragama because it was very convenient for me. And most of the people are going to Colombo faculty, right? So cream gatam shisha, the royal shisha, and gun hinda. So same here. So when we evaluate these exams, what we saw was the cases and the MCQs, there were no much difference. But the people who were in the Colombo medical faculty, they had very high marks for SBAs in all the subjects comparatively. That was the secret. So the thing is, because the SBA is the place where we will assess your brain or the thinking capacity. Itana vidya assess karna pradhanama tana tamai mokada SBAs. Other things, of course, you can buy hard. Giravata tamai laknu adipura hambenne, just like the bio exam. But the SBAs changes a lot. So why the Erpm, then when I evaluated, why the Erpm students get failed. So the thing is that they are scoring very much less, 12 or less marks for the SBAs, right? That was the reason. So then, of course, the thing is I made a special program when I entered this field. That's called the Paediatrics program. So I am making students super smart in SBAs. So that the thing is, those who once you follow this, the thing is, I'm discussing more than 500 questions about, like, the thing is questions of more than 20 papers. That's not about the number of questions. It's all about the tricks and everything and what is necessary and how the questions deviate and how it goes and how the new questions comes. And under each subtopic, I'm teaching everything what is necessary, right? And only the exam points, and then they are doing the questions and I'm teaching all, right? So the thing is, just in case, like, even if you get a new question, you will be able to answer. So what we have seen is most of students actually, they just do questions, papers, and they used to buy hard the stuff rather than getting the concept. And the thing is, students actually, when they get a new question, because the thing is, students actually, they say like, calling out the question like a past papers Lamai, we have never given a same question again after 2018. There were no any single repeated question. There were some deviations, right? We have changed the question little bit. The concepts are same, but we have changed little bit. Asmalamata oxygen dunna, calling oxygen dila tibba, natang eka dila tibba, salbutamol back to the question was almost same, but we have deleted little bit. So the most of students actually, they buy hard the stuff and they mark something else rather than, right, which they have buy hard previously. So the Paediatrics is all about the concepts. You don't buy hard the stuff, you get the concept and you apply and you get the correct answer. So even whatever the new paper, students will be able to score more than 23 out of 25 if the student is bright. Even if they are not bright, they will be able to score more than 21 out of 25. So my students are scoring 10 or more marks compared to the others, SBAs. So the one SBA will carry 5 marks. So they are marking, my students are marking 50 or more marks, SBAs, 50 or more marks compared to the other students. SBAs well in it. So that's why none of my students get failed in the exams and they get a better rank, right? So that's the secret. So here also you can, that's the secret. So if you score 23 out of 25, you don't need to mark a single MCQ. Even if you mark 18, short MCQ, you will get through the exam. So that's right. The students who have the exams on this October, right? And if they have all 7 subjects, the very first thing which you should cover is Paediatrics, since you have very limited time. First of all, you need to get through the exams. But that is not the ideal. That is not the ideal, but you Galavicha. So cover the Paediatrics program, that is something a must. So if you cover that, you will get through the exams, right? So keep that in your mind. So that's the important message. So the thing is how to score high marks in Paediatrics Part A exams and why my students never get failed in the exams in Part A. So the first thing is there are several courses out there. First one is the theory course. Where thing is, I'm teaching everything so rationally with all the concepts and doing so many MCQs and SPs. So if you finish that, you will get a very proper idea. So you can remember what Oshandi mentioned, what the Jessica mentioned, right? So Jessica joined after the graduation. She had a very limited time, but she covered all the theory, right? So that's the reason, right? So she came, like I saw, like when I entered the platform, like randomly, sometimes I enter the platform. So I see like she's always there and she's covering everything. She was covering everything. So the thing is, that was the secret. She had a very good knowledge, so that's why she was able. There's nothing, no magic. If you get the knowledge, proper knowledge, what is necessary, like you just need to vomit. That's all. To the paper or to the examiner in Viva. Right? That's all what you need to do. So the thing is, get the proper, like if you have time, if you're planning to sit for the exams on January or even after that, so always I advise you all to learn the theory, like even if you have covered somewhere, right? Learn the things, right? Right? Learn the things. The thing is, because thing is, keep this in your mind. We never ask about the basics. We ask about the basic sciences. We ask only pediatrics. So you need to focus on the exams rather than the thing is all the unnecessary things. So focus what is necessary, get the concepts, right? And do, like if you cover the theory, that's done. So there is something called MCQ-based topic-wise revision, where thing is I'm recalling the entire syllabus very quickly, and I have divided into sub-topics, and I'm doing questions quickly, and I'm recalling everything, and it's a MCQ-based, recalling everything with the MCQs. So, and I have given complete free access for my theory students. So if you join the theory, you can get all the, because a lot of students had economical issues last time and the previous time. So then I thought of continuing that. So the thing is, you can get the complete free access. So all these MCQ-based topic-wise revision will be free, and you will get a very good, clear idea. And the students who are sitting for this time exams on October, I strongly advise to cover the MCQ-based topic-wise revision. And if you don't have all the 7 components, that is a must. And even if you have, so the Paediatrics and the MCQ-based topic, then you will have confidence, because thing is, I'm quickly recalling everything. And the thing is, at the same time, I'm doing so many MCQs which I didn't discuss under theory. So the thing is, if you have very limited time, only 2 months, cover this Paediatrics as well as the MCQ-based topic-wise revision. Then there's something, there's a Paediatrics program that is something a must. That is a must. So before your exams, definitely you need to cover. You decide whether you want to get through the exams. මමත් හැම වෙලේම කියන එක ඕගලන් දැන් මම කිව්වට හරියන්නේ නැහැනේ. දැන් මෙතන හිටපු හැමලාම යම කිව්ව දේ මොකද? What was the secret? Because it will indirectly help you to improve your knowledge. Like the thing is to mark the question SBS in other subjects as well, right? It will improve the thinking capacity also. So the thing is, you will get through in other subjects also, right? So the thing is, that's the important thing. Then there's something called mixed type papers, where I do past papers and the model papers. So again, that is free for my students who join for my theory or MCQ based topic wise revision, right? Last time also I gave, because the reason is, like those who are, anyway, everyone is joining Paediatrics. If you have covered that much number of MCQs, that much number of SBS, right? So do you actually, when you are doing papers, you will feel like nothing. Do I need to charge again for papers? Right? You don't need to worry, right? So the model papers, again, it's important because you will get new questions. So the thing is, this time we have very limited time. We will not be able, like for the October exams, I ask you all to, because the platform is there 24/7, cover this Paediatrics, cover the MCQ based topic wise revision, right? Then get perfect. Then the thing is, if you have time, you can get the access for the past papers. Then I'm doing some mock papers, where the thing is, then you will have a very clear idea about the level and everything. So you'll be perfect. So the students who are sitting for the exams on January, or the juniors, so thing is, covering the theory is extremely important. So there were some like Behanger and several students like said, the thing is that it helped a lot when they are performing in your long cases, and even after during your internship, and even after that. So the thing is, you will not be able to do a post-grad without getting the proper base. So that's the problem, right? Where theory එක හරියට cover කරලා නැත්නම් ඔයාට PG එකක් කරද්දී හරිය ප්‍රශ්නයක් එනවා, right? That's the thing. So if you have any plan, so the thing is, if you cover theory, you will love the subject definitely, and you will do the pitch, and you will be stay somewhere around Colombo always, and right. So that will be very helpful to do the exams. So again, I'm not going to talk that much about part B. So how to pass the exams and why my students never get failures. So the thing is, you need to. The thing is, most of students, like thing is, guys, in your exams we assess so many components. So the most of students think like we are only assessing the thing is that's the main mistake. They think like we assess the technique and order. Technique and order then bus conductor, then bus driver may කොළඹ අනුරාධපුර බස් ඩ්‍රයිවර්ට පුළුවන් ද ඕගලන්ට වැඩි හොඳ ඩ්‍රයිව් කරන්න ඕ කඩාගෙන යනවා රින්ගගෙන right ඒකෙන් මීන් වෙන්නේ යා ඩ්‍රේන් එක තියනවා කියලා. The thing is you that's the one of the main mistake. ඕගොල්ලෝ train වෙන්නේ only for the technique. මෙතෙන්ට hospital එකට ළමයි ආපුවා මට I don't get much difference in technique. හැමෝම කරන YouTube video එකක් බලලා කරන්න පුළුවන්. It's not about the technique. It's not about the patients. It's main, like all these components are important. The main three areas are the identification of the physical science. So you need to know what are the things you need to look and how are you going to identify and tricks of identifying the physical science. And the thing is interpretation. So the interpretation is the most important part and then the presentation. So we are giving marks for the interpretation of the physical science where you are very lacking. Oh, what you are practicing, is that's the main reason students get failed. හැමෝම practical කියලා යනවානේ. හැමෝම එක එක තැන්වල දුවනවානේ. හැමෝම hospital යනවානේ. ඒ කට්ටිය pass වෙන්නේ, කට්ටිය fail වෙන්නේ. ඒ එක class එකකට online class සමහරු කියනවා practical මුකුත් ගියේ නැහැ. මේ ඩමියක් එක්ක නැත්තම් doll කෙනෙක් එක්ක විතරයි practice කරේ. හැබැයි උඩම rank වල. So one of the best example is during the COVID crisis. There was a lot of students there who were unable to go to a single hospital, single practical, but they have a within first time. No, the problem is you were very poor in interpretation of the physical science and come to the conclusion and to answer the questions which we asked. The interpretation of the physical science, what you were telling in whatever the subject, the DDs and everything is wrong. ඔය පොත්වල තියෙනවා වැරදි. Right? Colombo පොතේ තියෙනවා වැරදි. It has been written by the medical students. The Ragam short cases පොත් කියලා තියෙනවා. It is not what we expect. That's why I'm keep on telling you all to not to read those things and තියෙනවා නම් විසි කරන්න and learn what is necessary. මම උගන්වන ටික විතරක් stick වෙලා පාඩම් කරන්න. Then you will get perfect. You don't need to worry about anything. Right? Even the thing is that's the reason. The many subjects fail වෙන්නේ. Pass and ළමයි smart හින්දාද ගොඩක් වෙලේ smart වෙන්නේ. Pass වෙන්නේ. No. ළමයි pass වෙන්නේ examiners ලගේ සානුකම්පිත ප්‍රාවේ. සමහර examiners ලා හිතනවා like they will learn during the internship. They might not do PG. එච්චර ගණන් ගන්න ඕනේ. But there are examiners out there නෑ. මේගොල්ලෝ දැනුම අරගෙන යනවා. මේගොල්ලෝ they should have some knowledge. They should tell. එහෙම examiner කෙනෙක් හම්බුනොත් ඒකයි සමහර bright ළමයි හරි examiner කෙනෙක් හම්බුනා වෙන subjects fail වෙන්නේ. හරි වෙන තැනකින් මගේ වෙන තැනක කොහෙන් හරි ගැට ගහගෙන ආවත් fail වෙන්නේ. Right? So come to the reality. So come to the reality, right? So part B, the long cases, again the thing is you think like you need to just to cover these list. That's all the components. No. The thing is we assess so many things you will improve. The approach, care, consideration, the communication skills, that's one important, very important thing. Because you are taking the history in front of the examiner. The මම දැකලා තියෙන මගේ students ලා දක් කරන දේ ගන්න සමහර කෙනෙක් අහගෙන යනවා. මේගොල්ලෝ එහෙම නෙමෙයි. Right? They know there are so many techniques are there, right? Techniques are there. Standard techniques are there. You will learn those things in the long cases. නිකම් ප්‍රශ්න අහන්න එක හරියන්නේ නැහැ. නම් මොකද්ද වයස මොකද්ද අම්මා මොකද්ද රස්සාව කරන්නේ? right ගොයිද ගෙවල් තියෙන්නේ? right අම්මා මොකද්ද hospital එකට එන්න හේතුව? එහෙම අහුවොත් exam pass වෙන්නේ නැහැ. There are standard techniques are there where the thing is if you are taking the history live මම දන්න තරමින් කිසිම teacher කෙනෙක් උගන්වන්නේ නැහැ. I'm the only person as far as I know when I ask from the students they are telling I'm the only person who's teaching like that. There is a standard method. Right? History ගන්න ඕනේ අපි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා live ගන්නවා නම් මේ විදිහට අහන්න ඕනේ. If you don't do those things you will not get marks much. Then the thing is, there are so many things are there, and the management and the discussion is the most important part. So we are getting marks in your long is mainly for the management and discussion, because after fun the examiners are during the discussion, right? So then actively hands when you're asking these, like we might be in a chat exam, but the discussion, we need to ask only 3 questions. Pass right? So the thing is, that's why the students were, a lot of students are telling, learning the theory, that was very helpful, especially who had early stations. Thing is, they were well confident, right? Those who had a very good theory knowledge. So that's what I'm telling you all guys. So the thing is, this is not only for the theory. So those who are juniors and those who are sitting for on January, I strongly advise you all to join the theory and cover things, then the MCQ based topic wise, then these Paediatrics. Then finally you can do some papers. You don't need to worry, right? Then after the Viva, learn the things in a very rational way. So good. So how to score high marks in the Part B and Part C exams? So learn most important long and short cases related clinical facts rationally in detail. So which we are doing during the online classes. So online classes, class so the thing is, learn the clinical facts rationally in detail. You get depressed. The next day exams also you will not be able to perform well. First day you get, like if you get pediatrics, so if you perform poor in long cases, so if you have next day, if you have medicine, so you will get depressed and you will not be able to perform even next day. So make sure you get a complete proper knowledge and you can answer whatever the question. And you need to get you need to get updated. I can remember last time a lot of students are telling, examiner කිව්වා කියලා පුතේ ඔයයි කීප දෙනෙක් විතරයි හරිය මේක කියන්නේ, අනිත් අය කියන්නේ අවුරුදු 20කට කලින් management. අවුරුදු 20කට කලින් definition. අවුරුදු 20කට කලින් emergencies. Right? You should get updated, right? So that's the important. Then the thing is, guys, practice frequently under the guidance of professional teacher in Erpm field with individual attention. So that is very important. So thing is, just going practical, it's again good, right? You can go to the hospital, but the most important thing is what? So thing is, you practice little bit, like you need to learn the theory, you need to practice in a doll, practice with your students and with your friends. And the most important thing is you need to practice in front of a professional teacher. You can go to whatever the hospital and practice. The problem is they are not well aware about the Erpm things. Then examiners may Erpm teachers students again. CP is the most important long case. CP is one of the most. Local faculty only hospital cerebral palsy long case at that into long case with your cerebral palsy. Zero. Previous time? Zero. The reality is, it is one of the most important long case for the KDU students as well as the local vets, because they are getting 40 minutes for the history taking. And they are not taken in front of the examiner. Because cerebral palsy, there are a lot of associated problems are there which you need to evaluate. You can't do that within 10 minutes. Come to the reality. So we don't give those things in your exam. But it is one of the main important in case in your short case. So we assess those things in your short cases, but the knowledge, you should have very clear knowledge, because you are getting 10 minutes for the short cases and we have enough time to ask few questions. But the history take, that's not the important thing, right? So the thing is, you need to well aware what is necessary and what is not, and you need to have proper guidance. You need to perform in front of the exam. History kalin history present karana. I asked them to do like practice. You need to take the history in front of me. I'm stopwatch. So you can improve things, right? So then the topic wise practical in specialized units. So the one of the important thing is, because it will be clustered. CP lama ekadikata dakino, cardiac cases ekadikata dakino. So that is important to improve. Like then it will be a cohort system. So you will be able to improve the knowledge. And finally the mass mix practicals. So the important thing is mass mix practicals I'm conducting, because the thing is I'm bringing exam patients, because when you go to whatever the practicals and sometimes even the hospitals, most of the time you will see like, oh, ඒකයි ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ exam එකේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ වැරදි මතයක ඉන්නේ, because merm එකක් තියෙනවද නැද්ද, merm එකක් නැද්ද මන්ද, liver එක තියෙනවද නැද්ද, spleen එක තියෙනවද නැද්ද. Why? Because just the patients with these ultrasound scan findings and echoes, the signs can be subtle. But in your exams, do we give patients with subtle signs? No, we are always giving very obvious cases. ඔගොල්ලෝ exam එකකට ගිය candidate කෙනෙක්ගෙන් අහලා තියෙනවද මට merm එක ඇහුන්නේ නැහැ කියලා, මට liver එකවත් spleen එකවත් අහුවෙන්නේ නැතුව ආවා කියලා. There is nothing such. Because thing is, we are giving very obvious thing. ඕනෙම මනුස්සයට අහුවෙන එකක් තමයි දෙන්නේ. Right? ඔයගොල්ලෝ ඒක exam වලකින් that's why I keep on telling out practicals කියන එක ගිහිල්ලා, මොකද exam එකේදී කොහොමද sign එක අහුවෙනවා. You will hear the murmur. You will be able to elicit the reflexes. You will be able to elicit these palpate the abdomen, these liver and spleen. Exam එකට ගිහිල්ලා කවුරුත් ඇවිල්ලා කියනවා අහුන්නේ නැහැ කියලා. What is the problem then? You are not well aware about how to interpret it. You don't have the knowledge. Liver එක මෙච්චර size, spleen එක මෙච්චර size. මොකද්ද වැඩිම පළවෙනි DD එක? What is the second DD? What is the third DD? What is the fourth DD? Right? So that's the important thing. I can remember one student actually called me and said like, I have well performed in all the short cases and long cases and got failed in the exam. Then I asked what was the short cases. Then he said like, I had a viral hepatitis. Then I used viral hepatitis එකක් ආවද මොනවද ඔයාද ඇක්කේ කියලා. Then he was telling some features. Then I said but එතකොට එයා කිව්වා මම DD එකක් දුන්නේ කියලා. Then he said viral hepatitis. Then he said thalassemia. මං කිව්වා ඔයා ඔය වගේ DD දෙකක් දුන්නා කියන්නේ ඔයා හොඳටම නාගෙන. එහෙම නම් සාමාන්‍ය තේල්ල නෑ. මගේ ස්ටුඩන්ට් කෙනෙක් කවදාකවත් ඒ වගේ උත්තරයක් දෙන්නේ නැහැ. කොහොමදවත් viral hepatitis and කියන එක thalassemia කියලා උත්තරයක් නිකන් මගේ ළමයෙක් දෙන්නෙත් නැහැ කවදාකවත්. Just thalassemia. It should be a complete answer. Right? So that's the thing. So the main problem is because you don't have the proper knowledge. So my advice is get the proper knowledge, study things, practice in a doll, practice with your friends, then come to me, right? So come to the hospital and you can practice. Even the juniors, same thing. So you can all the patients are there. Everything is there. You can practice and you can get perfect and you will be super smart. The thing is, there are practicals are there, exam practicals, where thing is I bring patients at the same long cases. Sometimes I pretend as the patient and like that's also there. But the thing is, the reality, when it comes to the reality, so one of the most important thing is you need to take the history from the real patients. Why? We are preoccupied. අපි ඔයගලන්ට full toss දෙනවා. අයි අපි ලෙඩේ ඔළුවේ තියාගෙන ඒකට අදාළ මේවා. අපි වැල්වට අරන් කියන්නේ නැහනේ. But when it comes to a reality in your exams, අම්මට හිතෙන වෙන මේවා ගැන. So you need to come again to the track. You need to take the mother into the proper track. So that's the reason. So that's why I'm asking all to after learning a little bit, come to the hospitals. Right? You have a great opportunity in Gampa Hospital. All the cases are there and easily accessible. So the trains and the buses, everything is there. So you can come and practice. So that's the advantage. Good. So there are a few things are there. So this is some previous students, right? When I was doing classes at Sitna. So this is mass mix, these specialized units practical CNS and this is at specialized unit practicals again CNS, and this is at LRH cardiology, right, unit, where things all the murmurs are there, right? I used to take my students. Again, here also mass mix practicals and the exams which I conducted at Chapura at LRH, the emergency practicals, and here again some mass mix practicals which I conducted. And this is the neonatal practicals which I conducted, and this is again CNS practical. And also here, this is you can see the students, right? So after the emergency exam, long cases exam, and this is after the last time emergency exams, right? So there are so many exams are there. So the exams are very important because I will have a very clear idea what is the level you are, you're at, and I will be able to improve. This is the Cytem very first batch, and after passing exams, they gave a party at Potter's Edge. Quite nice party. Then some students run some party. They know neither teachers run. So then and yeah, so this is a very nice batch, and a lot of students, you must have heard the Cytem first batch. There were some like people were telling Cytem ekata classes distinction mechara තියෙනවා local faculty වලට මෙච්චරයි. Cytem first batch එකට හොගාලා මේක හොරයක් වෙන්න ඕන. මොකක් හරි හාහුවක් කියන්නේ ඒකයි. Right? So the first batch actually they didn't learn only the pediatrics. They learned all the subjects, even medicine. The entire batch learned both medicine and pediatrics, and like except 4 students. The students la hataka denama exam fail. Right? Apu ithru okkoma lamai tika exam through exam classes distinction, and I didn't do only the pediatrics. I did all the subjects, including the medicine to the entire batch, and a lot of students actually joined for the rest of the subjects also. These diagnostics, surgery and psychiatry and everything. So that's why they had a very high marks. They had because the external examiners also they come, right? They examine the external examiners like that, but they had very high marks, and all the examiners, the Cytem examiners, these lecturers also was very shocked. Exam knowledge, right? So I made sure like they don't get failed in the other subjects as well, not only PEDS, right? Good. So here, how to study for the exams. Lamai, this is one of the important things. So the thing is, guys, you need to well aware when I'm going to sit for the exams. So you need to have a long-term plan. How are the exam? So if you have January, like thing is the plan is different. If you have the exams on October, the plan is different. If you have the exams on this September, again the plan is different. So you need to have long-term plan. The other thing is you need to mark a calendar how many weeks you have. Sati ganing tamai ganan karanne. Dawas ganing nemei, masa ganing nemei, sati ganing. Right? So those who have theory exams on October, they will have like around 8 weeks or even less, 6 weeks, right? So you don't have that much time. The people who have exams on January, yes, they have a little bit more time. So you need to have a long-term plan and have what is there, how much you need to cover, right? You need to have a rough idea, what are the things you need to cover and how are you going to balance. Then the thing is, you need to have a short-term plan. So what is it, short-term plan? So here the important thing is, guys, short-term. So the important message is every day, every hour, right? It is important. So short-term plan is today. Other dawasa mokadda cover karana plan. Other dawasa mama mecharak plan karana. Hayakata kochara plan karana. Right? That is the important. So the thing is, for example, if you have if you have 4 main subjects, so are you going to study one subject at a stretch in your entire day, or are you going to study all 4 per day? කොහොමද පාඩම් කරන්නේ? ඔක්කොම එක සබ්ජෙක්ට් එකක් පාඩම් කරනවද නැත්නම් සබ්ජෙක්ට්ස් කීපයක් පාඩම් කරනවද? ළමයි ඉස්කෝලේදී අපි එක්සෑම් ඉස්කෝලේ දැන් මේ ෆුවල් ප්‍රයිසස් එක එක ඒවා තියෙන්නේ අපිට කෙමිස්ට්‍රි ෆිසික්ස් බයෝ තියෙද්දි ඕනනම් එක සබ්ජෙක්ට් එකක් දවසම උගන්වන්න පුළුවන් ටීචර්ටත් ලේසි ටීචර්ටත් එක දවසක් යන්න පුළුවන් ළමයිටත් ඒ සබ්ජෙක්ට් බඩු ටිකත් ඒ විදිහට මුස්සන්න පුළුවන් ඉන්නේ කරන්න because thing is you will not be able to concentrate for a long time, right? So the thing is small kids, of course, they will not be able to concentrate more than 1 hour. The A-level students, they will not be able to concentrate more than 2 hours. And your level, you will not be able to concentrate more than 4 hours. So that's the reason. So you need thing is study one subject maximum of 4 hours. Take then move to some other subject. So again, during that 4 hours, you need to think pediatrics. I'm going to cover the cardiology 2 hours and cover cardiology and the CNS in next 2 hours, like that. Right? So the thing is, you study only 50 minutes. Minute to panahai padang karanne. Right? So as soon as you get up, what do you need to do? So you should have a plan, you should have an idea, take 20 minutes, right? Drink the wake as soon as you get up, wash your face with warm water. Drink some warm water, right? Then the thing is, go and have a, like the thing is kind of go to a calm area, and the thing is meditate a little bit or pray, right? So if you are a Catholic or Muslim, so pray, and if you are a Buddhist, meditate, right? So it should be like this. I will be able to concentrate, ask the blessing to concentrate and do right things with efficiently and effectively. Concentrate kalla fast maximum padam karan determine kar. Take 15 to 20 minutes and concentrate. But the thing is, as soon as you get up, wash your face, and the thing is, drink some warm water and get ready with everything. Mulu okkom mese tiyala ready karna. Ready karla iwarela thamai meditations වලට යන්නේ. Meditate කරලා ආය ready බඩු පොත් ටික ගන්න ලෑස්ති වෙන්න එපා. පොත් ඔක්කොම පෑන් ටික ready කරලා table එකේ තියලා then start meditation. Try practice this. Then the thing is, you study for 50 minutes continuously. You don't study the entire 1 hour. Then take 10 minutes for what? Just to, again, the thing is for the meditation. No, next hour also I'm going to concentrate. I'm going to concentrate. You keep the stopwatch, you keep the phone aside, and if you don't know some fact, write it down. So, or put it into the airplane mode or something, because thing is, you don't get like the temptation for the Facebook or whatever the social media, right? Concentrate and study for 50 minutes continuously, and again 10 minutes meditation, and then again next hour start like to study with concern. Like you need to concentrate. Put a stopwatch. Like I have like 20 minutes have gone. Like I have studied this one, but concentrate and do, and you will have a lot of the thing is the, for example, rheumatic fever. One student might say, how many minutes you want to study? Very first time it might take little bit time, but if you have covered once, how many minutes you want? Some student might say like 3 hours, but one student might say 3 minutes, right? So you can, it's about the picture memory, right? The matter recall karanwana mata kochira la kena 30 seconds, nothing, right? So it's about you can, it's about the concentration, right? So that's right. So we are doing so many things. For example, me, I'm teaching, I'm doing hospital stuff. I don't have like things I'm doing here and there. I have kids. Thing is like I need to take care about the family, and so many things are there. But still, I am able to balance everything. Right? So if you ask anything, I will be able to tell. Even not only the undergraduate stuff, even the postgrad stuff. The thing is, guys, so that's right. Because thing is, I have trained that, right? So I want y'all to have a short-term plan and study, right? So then, of course, guys, one of the important thing is, guys, you should have a very good sleep. So thing is, don't be too greedy. Right? There are some students out there. So sleep 4.5 or 5 hours continuously. And at the daytime, sleep 1 hour. Why? The why it is important, because thing is, when you during sleep, only the neuronal connections improves, right? And the thing is, it's very helpful for your consolidation of these facts. So the thing is, guys, there is something called, when you're studying, there are these 3 important concepts are there: acquisition and the consolidation and the recalling. So the acquisition, you need to, the thing is, that's about the introducing the new things into your mind. So the thing is, you need to start, and the thing is, for that you need to have very good, the thing is, learn things in a very rational way. Rationally with all the concepts and why it happens, right? So that's what I'm teaching everything very rationally. So get the concepts correctly. Then the consolidation. So thing is, you need to quickly, the thing is, recall the things, right? So recall and the thing is, everything will be stick into your brain. So thing is, consolidation will improve if you have a good rest. So have a good sleep. So 5 hours at night and 1 hour at daytime. So altogether you will sleep around 6 hours. So how many hours you will have remaining hours? How 24 hours so you will have 18 hours. Right? What khanda bonda uppotama tawa පැය 3ක් ගියත් khanda, so thing is have a quick lunch, quick right? So කෑමයි පාඩම් කරන එක එකට කරන්න එපා. Have quick lunch, have quick breakfast, right? Finish those things within 10 minutes, right? So the thing is then you will be able to, right, concern the thing is then you will be able to save your time, right? So the thing is you will have if you study 15 hours per day, that would be more than enough, right? But if you have classes, so studying, if you have classes, so studying 12 hours would be more than enough, right? But the thing is, the studying is, the thing is whatever the academic thing. So if you want to cover the lectures, again, it's the academic, but you can study for 15 to 16 or 16 hours per day. So if you want to cover things, you can cover even 4 classes. But thing is, covering 3 or 2 would be more than enough, like if you are joining through platform. So that would be more than enough. So you can, like at a stretch, you can cover. And the thing is, then and there, recall. Padam karna, recall karna. Padam karna, recall karna. Padam karna, recall karna. And the thing is, you again, the thing is, next, like after 2 to 3 days, again, just just have a picture memory. Just scroll the papers, scroll the notes. Right? So that's there. Then one of the important thing is, guys, dream about your goals. So you should have your goal and always dream. So before you sleep, you always need to again meditate. I am going to get through the exam somehow in first shot, right? That's a must. So I will definitely get up at 4 a.m. right? So yeah, goal එක තිබ්බොත් තමයි alarm එකට නැගිටින්නේ. Otherwise you will not get up, right? You will feel lazy. You will, right? So have the goal, like do some meditation and write something, right? I'm going to become super smart, exceptionally smart. I'm going to be the patch top or something like that, just in front of your page. And I'm going to concentrate, right? Every second counts. My mind never goes away, right? Something like that. So the thing is, then you will be able to concentrate and make sure like everything that's there in your, just in front of your table, right? So you will be able to concentrate and have a statue or something if you are very religious. So the thing is, you will be able to concentrate. So then finally, study effectively and efficiently. So the thing is, that is extremely important to get through the exam. So the thing is, you have very limited time. So it's about the efficiency as well as whether you are studying effectively. So the thing is, guys, there are several studying methods are there, standard methods are there. I don't know whether you have heard those things. So the thing is, guys, there's one thing is, there's something called, I don't know if you have heard, this SQR3 method. So SQR3 method is, the C stands for surveillance, then the Q is for questions, then read, recall, and revision. So that's about the SQR3 method, right? So the surveillance is, you are analyzing the things, what is the content and everything. Then the thing is, question is about, you are going through all the questions, and the thing is, gets you, then the reading is, you are, after evaluating the questions, you are getting only the reading what is necessary and highlighting those things. Then you are the thing is getting notes from those things, right? Then finally you are recalling and doing revisions again. You are recalling the things again and again, so to make sure everything has sticked into your mind. So do you all have enough time to do everything? The surveillance එකක් කරන්න මුළු ඔක්කොම evaluate කරනවා. ඊළඟට questions ඔක්කොම ටික ඇදලා බලනවා. ඊළඟට ඔක්කොම ටික අවශ්‍ය points ටිකයි ගැට ගගා theory facts ටික මේව. Is it enough? So theoretically it's correct, but practically it's not possible. But the good news is what, guys? That part we have already done. අපි මම surveillance ඒවා ඔක්කොම කරලා තියෙනවා. මොනවද ඔයගලන්ට content එක, මොනවද questions වල එන්නේ, මොනවද අවශ්‍ය ටික. So you don't need to go according to that like SQR, right? RR. So the only what you need to do is just studying that thing and the recalling. So the Paediatrics is everything about that. right? Because I was attached to all these professorial units and all the major hospitals, the teaching hospitals. So I am well aware about what is necessary and what they expect, right? So thing is, guys, so I have made these programs to make sure you get super perfect, super smart. So thing is, guys, so that's right. We have done those, I have done all these things. So the SBA program and the rest of the programs have created according to that. So if you have covered those things, ඔය method දේවා ඔය ඔක්කොමට වඩා superior theoretical methods are. Then there is something called techniques to improve the memory. So there is something called repeated revision, mind mapping systems, and the mnemonics and fixed diagram and pictures. So many methods are there theoretically. But the thing is, when I'm teaching Paediatrics and the rest of these programs, I am doing everything in such way, right? To make sure like everything has got stick into your mind. Mind mapping systems, everything I have put in those things. Then mnemonics, like, so for example, I ask a small question. Sadiq, are you there? Sadiq, are you there? No. Okay, so I will ask a small question. So, for you all, tell me G6PD deficiency. What is the inheritance pattern? Not to make you want to Zoom chat. Can you all send me G6PD deficiency? What is the inheritance pattern? Everyone, whether you know or not, so just send me. Doesn't matter. Are you going to keep ask those things very far? It's a very frequent question, and every year there will be an MCQs regarding this inheritance. Send me. Autosomal dominant, somehow X-linked dominant, autosomal recessive, and you all send me. Very good, Hashini. Jatila, it should be complete. It's partial. You need to tell what is it, the complete one. Very good, Vic. So the thing is, most of students are like, thing is, you can't tell. But what I like, thing is, I used to like, so most of their facts actually, I used to teach all. I teach all the mnemonics. For example, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So the A is alpha syndrome, B is Becker, C is color blindness, D is Duchenne muscular dystrophy, E is eye albinism, F is Fabry disease, G is G6PD, and the H is hemophilia. Right? Then there are so much to learn, right? So much to learn, right? So the thing is, guys, so all the techniques and everything is there, all these methods are there. So you can apply. So there are a few important messages are there. So the thing is, if you, for the Viva students, so the important message is, if you follow the things in a properly, so the thing is, if you follow my instruction, definitely you will get through the exams. One of the important thing is, one of the weakness, what I have seen in some students, because they are unable to perform in front of the examiners. So they have anxiety issues and some have vocabulary and the voice issues, right? So the thing is, if you have such, there's no any other way. You need to come and practice in front of me. So the students, if you are thinking that you are weak in that particular case, these area, like you are unable to, you have anxiety. Mata examine isara kata karanda amaruයි. Mage sadde magi. Manga gota gahena. Mata galagena watura wage enne naha. Then of course you need to come definitely, and you need to have more frequent practice, right? You need to have practice more frequently. So that is important. So the thing is, if you have the thing is, make sure you have a clear voice, you have a rich vocabulary, and you have a proper grammar, and you have good tone, then that will make a huge difference. So those who talk today, they were well confident, right, about everything. So they had a very clear voice, rich vocabulary, very good grammar, and as well as good tone. The tone is very important. So one of the important thing is, so if you are practicing with me, when you are practicing with me, or maybe when you go to an hospital, make sure ask one of your friends to video what you are doing. Short case present video and also ask keep a recorder 2 meters away from you and check whether you can hear. Meter because these examiners are very old. They will like they will just not give you marks. Like now Professor Lamabadu see the vice exam. Professor Harendra. Then 18, right? Regular exams are 10. Right? So to make sure you can talk, you have those confidence. And the thing is, when you video yourself and the others, you will realize how the others are performing and what are your weaknesses. So you can improve the lot, right? In addition to what I'm doing in my training. So that is extremely important. So finally, so there are some questions are there. The thing is, I don't want to discuss that much because I think you must be tired by now. I will show you one example, right? So now tell me, right? So here when you are doing an SBR question, so the first thing is you need to read the answers first. Then the thing is you need to read the last sentences of the question next, because thing is sometimes we must ask the initial step, sometimes we might ask about the appropriate management, or sometimes the next step. So the each and every. So the thing is it depends on the question, because everything matters, right? Or sometimes even the most likely diagnosis. So the answer can get change, right? According to that part. So read the answers first, then you will have an idea. So what is the most likely, what is the area you need to focus, right? When you are going again reading the question, again the other important thing is like the last sentence is extremely important. Then they might ask, right? So which of the following investigation is the most useful one? Which of the following investigation is the most appropriate? So again, the thing is, it's like thing is that's why I'm keep on asking. So read the answers first, then the last question, the last sentence of the question. So here, then of course the read the questions carefully and underline the important points. If it is very lengthy, third thing is take a rough paper and have an analyze the question, right? So according to the history, examination, investigation, and the management, or the thing is according to the systems. So whether it has involved the cardiovascular system, whether it has involved the respiratory, whether it has involved the genitourinary, whether it is involved the abdominal system. So you can have an idea, right? So thing is that's important. Then use your SBA knowledge, which you learned during your Paediatrics program. And the thing is, guys, and also identify the benign things and focus on the clinical facts rather than the social facts. That's important. So because most of the time, for example, when we said like had an muddy water leptospirosis. So just only a clue. So the clinical facts are more important, right? That's especially when it comes to the long case. Then select the most appropriate answer which fulfill all the clinical facts. So SBS කියන්නේ මොකද අර අක්කල නංගිල එක වගේ අක්කල නංගිලා ඉඳලා වැඩියෙන් ලස්සන ගැලපෙන එක්කෙනා තෝරගන්න එක වගේ එකක් තමයි. But the thing is, guys, so here all the answers are almost similar, same. But thing is, there will be one answer which suits for all these clinical facts. So you need to select the most appropriate one. So can you all please go through this question and tell me what is your answer and send me through the Zoom chat. So this is a 6-year-old child with epilepsy who had defaulted in treatment, presented to the ward with persistent generalized tonic-clonic convulsion, which has lasted for 20 minutes. අවුරුදු 6 ළමයෙක් epilepsy තියෙන කෙනෙක් හරියට බෙහෙත් බීලා නැහැ. වාට්ටුවට ඇවිල්ලා තිනවා generalized tonic-clonic convulsion එකක් එක. ඒක මිනිත්තු 20ක් තිබිලා. Child has been given 0.5 mg per kg rectal diazepam by the general practitioner and 10 minutes prior to the admission. Hospital එකට එන්න මිනිත්තු 10කට කලින් rectal diazepam එක GP දාලා. Pulse rate was 100, blood pressure was 90/60, the respiratory rate was 80 and the 18, and the saturation was 95%, and the CBS was 100, 280, and the rest of the blood investigations and the rest of the blood investigations results are pending. What is the most appropriate next step in the management? IV cefotaxime, IV midazolam, IV insulin infusion, repeat rectal diazepam, and repeat IV phenytoin. So can you send me your answers to the Zoom chat? Everyone. SBA is where you need to mark anyhow, right? Question everyone need to send their answers. Come on, guys. So yeah, Meenu, you haven't sent Harushi, Hasanga, Hasana, Ashini, Akshan, Reshmi, Nadi, Jatila, whoever. Jatila, you have sent. Very good. Yeah. Very good. Excellent. Huh? Very smart guy, no? So a lot of students have like thing is various students have maybe they are right or උත්තර පහම එවලා තියෙනවා. ඒත් එකක අය ඉන්නවා, බීත් එකක අය ඉන්නවා, සීත් එකක අය ඉන්නවා, right? So here the thing is, guys, so this is it from an uncommon topic? It's from a common topic. Right? This is about status epilepsy. Right? Status epilepsy management. So our status epilepsy management done. So basically you need to have enough. If you are well aware about the management, then of course okay. So the first of all, whatever the management, you need to make sure the management is ABC. So if there is any problem in the airway breathing or circulation, you need to manage that first. So is there any problem in the airway breathing circulation? No. The saturation is maintaining, the respiratory rate is normal, the pulse is normal, and the blood pressure 90/60 is normal for 60 HO. There's no problem in the airway breathing circulation. Then of course you need to check the CBS. So if there's a problem in the CBS, you need to correct that, especially if they have an hypoglycemia. If there's an hypoglycemia, you need to correct that first. So the hypoglycemia cutoff is 60 milligram per deciliter. So if it is less than 60 milligram per deciliter, you need to give dextrose, right? So there is no such answer anyway. But a lot of students have sent answer C. So insulin infusion. You need to correct that or not? No, it's not an emergency. If you give an insulin suddenly, the thing is suddenly drop again, it will worse the intracranial pressure, and they can have cerebral edema and child can die. So the CBS 280, is it high? Yes. So the cutoff is 200, random blood sugar. So 280, what is the reason there for the high level, high sugar levels? They are in a stress situation. So the thing is, when they are in a stress situation, those stress hormones get increases. So here, child is a 6-year-old child, right? Now, is there any evidence of infection at the moment? No, there is no fever or anything such. One child with a status epilepsy, right? So ABC, correct. If there's a hypoglycemia, you need to correct that. Then the thing is, you need to go for the thing is medication. So tell me, what your medications are unknown. So මොකද්ද දෙන medication එක? What are you going to give? මොකද්ද දෙන medication එක? Right? So status epilepsy management. So tell me. So I will, it's okay, you can ask, you can tell, right? So the drug එකක් දෙන, what should be the idea? So Satsika, what is the ideal one? It's okay, you can make mistakes. It's Satsika? Sorry, Sasantika. Yeah, can you unmute and see?
Yes, sir, I think either diazepam or midazolam.
What is the rectal, IV, IEM? What?
I think repeat rectal diazepam.
Rectal or IV? Or buccal or IEM? What is the moment you are going to? I didn't hear you properly.
Rectal, I think.
Rectal diazepam. Okay. So Aki Branis, what do you think? It's okay, you can make mistake.
Repeat rectal and see if there's progress.
Sorry?
Repeat rectal and see if there's any progress.
Yeah, the conversion was going on. So what is the drug you are going to start?
With the diazepam?
What is the mode? Sorry, rectal or IV, IVM? What is the mode?
Start IV because he still has seizures after the rectal from the previous hospital.
Ansana? Yeah. So can you tell me? I can't hear you. You're mute again. You are mute again. Just tell me. It's okay.
Rectal diazepam.
Diazepam. Good. So again, I'm not going to ask. So the thing is, most of students like you must have that idea. So here the important thing is, guys. So is it difficult to insert an cannula or not during a seizure? Is it difficult? And which has higher side effects? IV gahuwod the side effects and because they can go into respiratory risk. IV do not the side effects are rectal. IV, ne? So the thing is always. So the thing is when it is a status epilepsy, so the ideal management should be you need to give rectal diazepam never. Okay, so that is this is one of the common mistake, and the thing is, guys, right? You keep on telling this was done 20 years back, right? So the thing is it possible? Is it difficult to insert an IV cannula in a fitting child? Yes, most of the people are telling. If someone is telling like the thing is they are unable to have sex even. So the thing is, guys. දැන් ෆිට් වෙන ළමයා හෙලවෙන්නේ මෙහෙම. ඔයා නිකන් ළමයට කැනියුල එකක් දාන්න යන්න. මිනිහා දාංගලනවා කොල්ලා මුළු කැනියුල එකක් දාන්න පුළුවන් 4 දිනක් විතර අල්ලගෙන දාන්න මරලා තෝනේ තියෙනවා. අර ළමයා unconscious. He's just sitting. You can hold the hand and you can insert it. ෆිට් එක නැති ළමයාට කැනියුල එක දාන්න අමාරු. So the fitting child, it is easy, right? So you can insert. So then what about the side effects, guys? So the thing is, diazepam is a very nasty drug because they can have prolonged drowsiness and it can have respiratory arrest. So to keep this in your mind, the IV, the advantage is, the thing is, it's straight away going to the blood. So we are giving a very low dose or a 0.25 milligram per kg. If you are giving rectal, we are giving double the dose. That is 0.5 milligram per kg. So the midazolam also same. If you are giving buccal, we are giving double the dose of the IV. So thing is we are not well aware about the amount of absorption and we cannot repeat within 5 minutes. So if you are giving buccal midazolam or rectal diazepam, we need to wait 10 more minutes. So the always IV is the better option, best option. But unfortunately, even it is from the common topic, and the thing is, most of the students, almost everyone have sent the rectal diazepam answer. Right? So thing is, because that's why I'm telling you, it's number of questions, number of papers not going to change. We are exam right? Because if you don't know the concepts. So the thing is, guys, keep this in your mind. Always try to get the IV access. But some GPs and some hospitals, the thing is, these small hospitals, they have a difficulty when they have difficulty in inserting and pediatric cannulas. Pediatric ළමයට දාන එක special talent එකක්. හැබැයි cannula එකක් දාන්න පුළුවන්. So if there is you always try to get an IV access. If you are unable, the hospital එකේ nurse කෙනෙක්ට cannula එකක් දාන්න බැරි නම් මොකද කරන්නේ? Right? එතන ඉන්නේ experienced nurse වගේ trained කෙනා ඒවිලා දාන්න කියනවා. ward එකේ එක nurse ද ඉන්නේ. ඒ මොනසෙ දානවා. එහෙම ඔක්කොම බැලුවා intro. The thing is cannula එකක් ගහන එකද අමාරු වැඩේ. Right? Not the problem. So you always try to get the IV access. Some GPs, of course, they put an PR diagram because GP setup it's not easy, no? So that's IV, midazolam or diazepam. If you have both answers, the midazolam is a better option because the midazolam has a effectiveness wise same, but the side effect profile is less. Even if you have given one dose of diazepam rectal, again you can switch to this IV midazolam, right? As soon as you insert an IV cannula. Whatever it is, you can give maximum of 2 doses of diazepam or midazolam. Then you need to go to the second line drugs. Depending on the side effect profile, you will learn those things. So then you can consider about giving these phenytoin, phenobarbital, or levetiracetam, depending on the availability, right? So here the thing is, guys, so that is important. So I want you all to have a better idea. This is from which I discussed a common easy question, right? So your answer is IV midazolam. So the answer is B. What key dene kevala tibbada B කියන උත්තරේ? අර 20ක් 30ක් kevala තිබ්බා. Only one. Right? So the thing is, guys, so keep that in your mind. ඒක ඔයගොල්ලන් තේරෙනවා ඔයගොල්ලෝ වර්ධින තැන. So we'll do another question since you like. Thing is, it will be more interesting. So 15-year-old boy from Vallavatta presented to the ward with fever, myalgia, and abdominal pain for 4 days duration. On examination, the child was icteric and conjunctival suffusion was there, and diffuse fatigue and severe tenderness over the calf and lumbar region and right hypochondrial region. The pulse rate 100, the blood pressure 95/60, and average urine output was 0.4 ml per kg per hour. Child had experienced an unprotected sex once with his girlfriend 1 month back. This is a 15-year-old boy. Initial investigations as follows. So the full blood count, HB 9.5, WBC 18,000, the platelet 68, ESR and CRP 60 and 40, the AST, ALT high, the bilirubin levels are high, total bilirubin with the direct fraction is high. There's a positive 2+ albumin and high levels of serum creatinine, marginally high creatinine. So what is the most likely diagnosis? So the typhoid fever, acute lymphoblastic leukemia, dengue hemorrhagic fever, viral hepatitis, and the leptospirosis. So send me answers. Everyone, guys, everyone. Very good, excellent answer. Others also sent quickly. Can we see the answers? Okay. Again. So here in this question, some students have sent the correct answers. Good. Some not. So it's easy, no? 15-year-old boy. 15-year-old boy from Vallavatta had unprotected 6 months with his girlfriend 1 month back. ඉතින් මොකද්ද හිතන්න පුළුවන් එකම දේ? Only thing. So what is it? Answer is viral hepatitis B නෙමෙයි. Right? So the thing is, guys, the most of students actually they think like they go according to social history. වැල්ලවත් ගෙවල් තියෙනවා නම් hepatitis හරි HIV හරි. Right? එහෙම ඉතින් හරි නැත්තම් right unprotected sex තිබ්බොත් එකපාරක් girlfriend එක්ක boyfriend එක්ක වැඩේ ඉවරයි. Sometimes you are also in the same position maybe. You are right? එහෙම වෙනවද? So you don't go according to that. Only with that. So to make sure like all these components are the facts are compatible. So this is a common favorite like the thing question. The thing is whether they have only the diagnosis. Whether you have heard this condition. This is the classic manifestation. A classic manifestation. You need to go according to the clinical facts. So the thing is there are multiple problems are there. So the thing is there is a condition where which has been involved all the systems. The මුළු systems ඔක්කොටම involved systems කීපයකට involved වෙලා තියෙනවා. So here the thing is you can see there is an involvement of the liver is there. Why? The child has developed icterus. Child has developed right hypochondrial pain. And there is an increased level of AST, ALT with a direct bilirubin fraction. Then there is some sort of a intrahepatic or probably intrahepatic hepatitis part is going on. But we can't say it is a viral hepatitis. Intrahepatic hepatitis part is going on. That bilirubin level ready, AST, ALT ready. And it is like not in thousands, but it is slightly high, the bilirubin levels. So again, yes. Then there is an involvement of the kidneys. So child had low urine output, less than 0.5 ml per kg per hour, right? And with the normal blood pressure and the blood pressure level. So that is something a renal failure. At the same time, there is an proteinuria and the high levels of creatinine. So there is an kidney involvement is there. And child is at fever, and on top of that, there is a myalgia and conjunctival effusion and the fatigue. So S2 රතු වෙනවා. Right? ඇඟේ fatigue එනවා. platelet අඩු වෙන. ඇඟපත හොඳටම රිදෙනවා කියන්නේ. මොකද්ද මේ classic lady? Nothing else. They have asked whether you have at least heard about leptospirosis. So the typhoid, of course, they will have these altered bowel habits, the fever, and the classic thing is they will have splenomegaly. Here they have child had an hepatomegaly. That's why the right hypochondrial thing. Acute lymphoblastic leukemia, the splenomegaly, the picture is not like this. The dengue, they don't go into renal failure, they goes into pre-renal renal failure. Right? Their intravascular volume will get depleted and they won't develop these conjunctivitis. Right? And the viral hepatitis, again, the thing is this is not the classic picture, and they have high levels of ESR and CRP where it should be suggestive of significant inflammatory conditions, though they are highly unlikely to be a viral condition. So the best answer is what? The viral hepatitis. So finally, we'll do one more question. We can stop. So I just want did I give an uncommon thing? So again, this is from a very common topic. So we'll see. So 18-month-old boy who developed 2 convulsions, Halloween and febrile episode. So the first convulsion has occurred on day 1 of fever, which was a generalized tonic-clonic in nature. And second convulsion has occurred 2 hours later, which has lasted 2 minutes and has controlled by giving rectal diazepam by a general practitioner. The child was transferred to the hospital, and child had developed a severe episode at the age of 11 months. During examination, there was no neck stiffness, fundus was normal, and vital signs were normal. The ENT examination found to have congested enlarged tonsils and left-sided inflamed eardrum, which was treated with oral antibiotics and responded. So what is the most appropriate management for this child at discharge. So the prophylactic oral penicillin, start low dose of sodium valproate and gradually increase. The CT brain, the counsel mother and reassure the mother, and prophylactic diazepam. So send your answers, guys. Very good, Jayavardhana. It's okay, you can make mistakes. Everyone, please send your answers. So then I'll have an idea whether like things whether I need to teach all or not. Come on, quickly send. Very good, Harshini. I'm getting a lot of answers. Send me answers quickly. The others also. Very good. Akib. So yours. Akib is a smart guy. So I think you answered all the questions correctly. Hansana, very good. So there is no magic, right? So this is easy from uncommon topic. This is from just this febrile convulsion. Right? So 18-month-old boy who developed 2 convulsions following a febrile episode. ඒ කියන්නේ උනර හැදිලා මාස 18 ළමයට ඔන්න fits දෙකක් ආවලු ළමයට. First convulsion has occurred at the day 1 of fever. Like that's the typical pattern of the febrile convulsion. So which was generalized tonic-clonic convulsion, and the second convulsion has occurred 2 hours later, which was lasted more 2 minutes. So this comes on the complex febrile convulsion, but it's again the thing is 2 convulsions within 24 hours. That's all, right? So the second right. So and has controlled by giving rectal diazepam by the GP. So for දෙවෙනි කපම මිනිත්තු දෙකේම on the GP PR diazepam එකක් දාලා right setting. So child was transferred to the hospital. GP ලා තියාගන්න බෑනේ. මේ වෙනවා hospital එකේ. Child has developed a similar episode at the age of 11 months. මාස 11 හැදීම දැන් මාස 18 ළමයට මාස 11 දී febrile convulsion එකක් ඇවිල්ලා. Right? During examination, there were no neck stiffness, fundus was normal, and the vital signs were normal. So basically, there is no hemodynamic instability. There is no many evidence of meningitis, and there is no evidence of raised intracranial pressure. So this is just a complex febrile convulsion. That's all. The complex febrile convulsion. So the ENT examination found to have congested enlarged tonsils. So congested and left-sided eardrum is inflamed. So left-sided eardrum is inflamed means what? Child has developed otitis media. So from where? So from the throat, there is a communication infection. And on top of that, child has developed febrile convulsion. So is it common? So the otitis media is one of the commonest etiology. Where the thing is they develop a rapid fever spike. So the following otitis media, the febrile convulsion is quite common. So this is what you commonly notice in everyday day-to-day life. ඒකයි febrile convulsion ළමයාගේ අපි උගුර බලන්න ඕනේ, කන බලන්න ඕනේ, right? ඒක must. නැත්නම් අපිට miss වෙනවා. ඒකට you need to treat the fever if they right, and you need to treat the underlying cause. That's all. Now the thing is, child was treated with oral antibiotics and responded. ළමයා answer කරලා. So was this child is getting frequent tonsillitis? No, child was had a similar episode with the febrile convulsion, but again the thing is, child was not getting recurrent episodes, tonsillitis. So do you need to prescribe oral penicillin prophylaxis? How long you are going to prescribe? That is for the rheumatic fever only. So the children who develop rheumatic fever, only the thing is we are prescribing either oral or commonly IM prophylaxis. So do you need to give prophylaxis? So most of the students have sent answer A. And some students have sent answer B. They start low dose of sodium valproate and gradually increase the dose. So the febrile convulsion, what is the main problem of febrile convulsion? Will it damage the brain? Will it affect the education of the child? Will it progress to epilepsy in future? No, none of these gonna happen. So the වැදගත්ම දේ මොකද? What is the main problem? Maternal anxiety. අපි බලන්නේ මොකද? අම්මා නටන තරමට ඔයා නටනවාද? අම්මා බයෙන් එනවා අම්මෝ ගෑනවා ડોක්ටර් මොකද කරන්නේ? බබාගේ උණ බහින්නේ නැහැ. බබා උණ මොකද කරන්නේ? මොකද ඔයාත් නටනවාද ඒ විදිහට? නටලා sodium valproate පටන් ගන්නවාද? So the sodium valproate is a very toxic, harmful drug. So they can goes into liver failure and they can die. Drug itself. So you don't start like that. So the febrile convulsion isn't completely benign. So once they become mature, the brain gets mature, so it will get settled. Maximum it will go up to 8 years following a febrile episode, even 6 years following a febrile episode even. So you don't need to worry. It's a completely benign condition. It will not damage the brain. So here the key message is, amma natana vidiyata oya natanawada කියන එක. වැදගත් දේ ඔයා නටන්නේ. Right? So the CT scan of the brain, so unnecessary radiation. Right? අම්මලා hospital එකේ හැමදාම කියන එක මගේ පුතාට උණයි ෆිට් එකයි දෙපාරක් ආව ඉස්පිරිතාලේ පැනඩෝල් විතරයි දුන්න බෙහෙතක් නැහැ. පරීක්ෂණයක්වත් කරේ නැහැ. ස්කෑන් එකක්වත් කරේ නැහැ. අම්මා කියනවා ස්කෑන් එකක්වත් කරේ. ඔයා අල්ලලා ස්කෑන් කරනවද? So what will happen? Unnecessary radiation. So you need to explain the mother. You need to counsel the mother. This is a benign condition. You don't need to do unnecessary investigation. You don't need to start unnecessary treatment. The thing is, the counseling is the most important thing, right? The maternal anxiety is the main problem. So you need to calm down the mother. That's the most important. So the prophylactic diazepam again not required. So the thing is, only it is you consider about prophylaxis diazepam or clobazam if they are getting frequent prolonged convulsions only. දවස් ඇතුළත 3-4ක් කියනවා ඒ වගේම prolonged හැම වෙලෙම status epilepsy යනවා ඒ වගේ ළමයිට විතර අපි consider කරන්න otherwise not. Because drugs can cause more harm than the good. Because child can get drowsy. Sometimes these clobazam can develop severe reactions, and sometimes when you give diazepam, once they become drowsy, you will not be able to differentiate from meningitis. So you might do unnecessary investigation, right? Might arrange lumbar puncture when they have prolonged drowsiness. So the most important thing is, guys, but so here is we are asking the basics. We are febrile convulsion. So this is the answer is counseling and the reassurance. So here the thing is, did I discuss uncommon topics? Did I discuss questions from uncommon topics or difficult questions? No. These were only the basic, simple things, right? And සාමාන්‍ය හැමදාම වෝඩ් එකේ දක්න දෙන්න තියෙන ලේසිම questions ටික. But majority made mistakes. Can you see? So that's what happens in your exams. When you get questions from endocrinology, short stature, precocious puberty. Right? So come to the reality. Doing papers, then second attempters line theory, still like making mistakes. Right? Because the thing is, you will keep on doing papers, rather getting consistent. It's a join it. මොකද Paediatrics එකට ආව නම් කර්තිම පාස් වෙලා නේ කළා නෑ මම Paediatrics එකට ඇවිල්ලා ගිය පාර තේරුණා නේ ළමයා මත after covering සමහර විදිහට සල්ලි ගෙවලා join එක class එකක්වත් join වෙච්ච නැති අය හිටියා I can see this clearly I think I very well it's up to you. So the thing is, guys, රත් වෙලා අන්තිම මොහොතේ දවස් දෙකකට කලින් ගෙවලා එන්න cover කරගෙන නැති අය හිටියා. The important thing is, guys, cover the things. So the thing is, if you have the exams on January or even after that, learn the theory and cover the MCQ based topic and the Paediatrics, and then come to the papers. You will feel like nothing. If you have very limited time, if you are planning to sit for this October exam, cover the Paediatrics first, and the thing is, and then MCQ based topic wise revision also, right? So the special thing is, if you have all 7 subjects. But if you don't have all 7 subjects, definitely cover the MCQ based topic price revision and Paediatrics both definitely. If you cover more, you will get more and more knowledge and you will have more confidence, right? So මුලින්ම ගැලවිච්චාව පාවිච්චි කරන්න ඕනේ හින්දා තමයි subjects 7ම තියෙන අයට මේ ඔක්ටෝබර් තියෙනවා අර cover. So thing is, I am not the only person who is telling. So you had lot of students talk. මං කිව්වොත් ඔයගොල්ලෝ හිතනවා මං කියන එකක් කියලා. Thing is, that's their personal experience, and you will understand, right? So the thing is, that was the secret of the success of the most of the students. So there is no magic. Everyone can get like super smart. Hamilton Pula exceptionally smart pen. Just need to, right? උතන A level 8 10ක් ගත්ත sorry A level 8 3ක් ගත්තද C 2යි S එකක් ගත්තද C doesn't matter. පා බෙලරුස් ඉගෙන ගත්තද T engine ඉගෙන ගත්තද IMU ඉගෙන ගත්තද යුනිවර්සිටි එකේ ඉගෙන ගන්නවා වැඩ. මට ඒකෙන් කොහොමද ගොඩ යන්නේ දැන්? Right? To counter the reality. Right? So follow the things properly and get the correct proper advices. The thing is follow the things. You will have a bright future. You will be like kings and queens. So thing is always keep this in your mind. The knowledge is the power. So when you have knowledge, you will be like kings and queens. Like thing is you will be able to perform well in your exams and in your during your internship also. You will be recognized. The thing is like there are local grads are there. Some students lucky in a local faculty consultant they won't be such. Mama LRH ki වැඩ කරද්දී there are SRs are there, 3 SRs, right? Senior registrars. Then these lot of final year registrars, right? Then the emergency registrars. So many people were there. ඒගොල්ලෝ මම ward round යද්දී මොකද්ද හැම වෙලෙම කියන්නේ? මෙයා ward round ගෙනියන්න හොඳ නැහැ. Right? When I was doing the internship, කට lock කරන්න ඕන. What is the reason? Because the thing is, consultant used to ask questions, right? What again? I'm dealing patients slightly no questions naturally. මොකද්ද මේකට මේක මොකද්ද මේක? So none of the senior registrars. So they have passed the part 2 also, but they are unable to give the answers. Then the registrars, no one, but the HO is giving the answers, right? Because like I had a very good knowledge, very good base. Is it possible to gain the same knowledge? Yes, because I am teaching everything what is necessary and I am highlighting what is necessary. So I am well aware of what is happening, what they expect. That's right. The consultant papers are the most senior consultant at LRH. I practice under him during my internship. So මම දන්නවා එයා papers හදන්න involved වෙනවා. එයා මේ වෙනවා. එයාගේ expectations මොනවද? කොහොමද ඒවත් මම දන්නවා මොනවද මේවා කියලා. Right? So I was able, but those senior registrars and of the well aware. That was the problem. So they hear the same thing I want to tell. So you can become super smart, right? So follow the things properly and get a very clear idea. Learn things in a rational way and again recall it again and be smart rather than just reading stuff or just okay. So good guys. So here I think I talked enough. So we had a good session. And you had a very clear idea about what you need to do. So start today itself. You can do. And one of the most important things is, guys, keep this in your mind. The miracles do happen, right? So exam එකේදී ඔයගොල්ලෝ හිතනවා theory exam එකට මම prepare නැහැ වෙලාවමදි. Just sit for the exam. Trust me. හිතා ගන්න බැරි විදියට subjects 6ම උතන 90 like pass වෙයි ගොඩක් දෙනෙක්. Right, twice. Paediatrics pass cover කරාට පස්සේ වාට හිතන capacity එකත් වැඩි වෙලා ඔයා pass වෙනවා කොහොමද? So trust me, just sit for the exams. Miracles do happen. Even the Viva, same, right? So the thing is, don't get scared. Have faith. So join, right? So the thing is, sit for the exams. You will get through the exam. So the thing is, guys, my number is you all are well aware 071-844-8415. So make sure they are in one of my common groups, including the Telegram group. Telegram group is a must, and right, you can join the WhatsApp groups as well. So the thing is, guys, if there's anything, always feel free to contact. I'm always happy to help you, right? So drop me a WhatsApp message or call me, right? So guys, so get those points. As soon as you get up, wash your face with warm water, get ready with everything. Meditate and have a short-term plan. Cover the things very quickly within 50 minutes and again meditate. And the thing is, again restart. Every day, keep few hours just to recall the stuff what you studied previously. Just go through these notes, just scroll it. Then at the end of the day, again the thing is meditate before you sleep. And the thing is have a goal. Make sure you the thing is, you keep on telling that about that goal before you sleep. And the thing is, you make sure you pay something just in front of your table, right? So the thing is, guys, do those things. You will be able to study it effectively and more efficiently, right? So the thing is, guys, so hope you had a good time. So then see you. Good night. If there's anything, drop me a WhatsApp message, or you can stay and if you have any questions, you can stay and ask. Good night, guys. See you. Have a nice day. Guys, do I have any questions to ask? Thanks, Jordan. Really appreciate it. If there's anything, so call me or WhatsApp me. So then, good night.